It's time! Today I got time, cuz.
All you hoes, all of you hoes, stupid.
Maybach music. Maybach music.
I'm not fucking leaving! The show goes on!
Yeah, where were your children when you was living in Brazil?
In your girl's mouth, nigga.
Man, at least while I'm there, I want to get a few hawkers in.
I'll split people for less than that. You hear me? Less.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
I got beans,
Perfect.
greens, potatoes,
Perfect.
tomatoes, lamb, ram,
Perfect.
hogs, dogs,
Perfect.
chickens, turkeys, rabbits. You name it.
Perfect. Here we
So I wanted to do hood rat stuff for my friend.
go.
Honey.
What's going on, everybody? Class is in session. My brother from another mother international. How do you do today?
Foreigner.
What's poppin', slime? What's Gucci chat? We are back again with another jam-packed show.
Back again.
We see a few people in class. Raise your
Yes, sir.
hand if you are here today.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Ice
sir.
Bezel in the building.
Ice Bezel was good.
CJ in the building.
CJ.
Ozzy in the building.
Let's go. Let's
Mr.
go.
Miyagi in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We're back again with another show. Yeah, man, guys, it's gonna be a good show today. We got some crazy stuff going on in the world per usual. It's crazy, guys. We do this show 3 times a week, but every single time we do the show, there's usually content, right? We don't have to pull anything out of our ass. Every other couple days, there's something going on in the travel space. There's something going on in the manosphere. There's something going on with men and women and that fight and that battle between the two sexes. So we're gonna talk about it today, man. We're gonna talk about it today. So again, guys, hit that like button. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. Shout out to everybody on X, Rumble, YouTube, Facebook. What am I missing? Kick. Shout out to everybody on Kick as well. We're live on Kick. So thank you guys. Hit that like button. All right. Before we get started, guys, we'll go over our housekeeping and then we'll jump right into the show. We are going to try to maybe do like an IRL later, guys, after the show. So it may be not a super long show, but we'll go live again afterwards. And you guys can come out, hit the city with us here in Miami, and we'll see what's going on tonight. All right, should be some lovely ladies out tonight for sure. But if you guys want to check out what me and Al do behind the scenes, you need to tune into those IRLs that we do, but also tune into our locals. Okay, our locals is mentuition.locals.com. It's where you guys will see all the behind the scenes footage, all the baddies, all the beauties, all the Brazilian booties walking across the screen. All right. It is free to join our locals. However, guys, if you want to see the blurry stuff, some stuff is blurred out because it's just too spicy for the internet. You'll have to sign up for $9.99. All right. Next up, guys, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/mentuition. We have the most lit Patreon in the whole entire travel space. There's no other travel content creator out there that's putting out the game and the type of videos we put on our Patreon and giving you guys actual sauce about different countries. Some of them, they may give you one country, you know, Brazil or just Colombia, but we're giving y'all a bunch of game on a bunch of different countries, as well as giving you guys a lot of not safe for work content on our Patreon as well. Okay. We have 3 tiers, guys. You can hit the become a member button right here and you'll see the 3 tiers and you can sign up. It is free to join. However, again, if you want to unlock the sauce, you do have to sign up. The first tier we have is our general admission tier. You get access to some of our not safe for YouTube content, access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive behind the scenes footage, exclusive access to our private community, Patreon exclusive content, and special Discord access. Next up, guys, we have our VIP tier. You get access to all of our not safe for YouTube content, priority chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, 1 free consultation question and answer per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off of consultations, 10% off the merch, and even more special Discord access. And last but not least, make sure you guys join our all access pass membership. This is how you guys can support us at the highest level. You get 1 free consultation per month up to 1 hour, 25% off of additional consultations throughout the month, access to a list of over 11,000 remote jobs, access to our personal cell phone numbers, free exclusive member only meetups, VIP access to discounts on our merch, yachts, parties, and other events that we throw. Also, guys, don't forget to join the Discord. The Discord is free. It is mentuitiondiscord.net, or you can hit the link below in the YouTube description. Also, join our Facebook group, guys. Our Facebook group is, of course, free, and our Facebook group is super lit. And last but not least, guys, join our YouTube membership. That is the Mentuition Mafia, okay? The YouTube membership link is down below. We put all our IRLs, or at least most of them, to our members only. So those of you who want to see the IRLs after they kind of, let's say you missed the IRL, you know, we just put it to members, and those of you who are members can always watch the replay, okay? And we also put special content on there as well. Shout out to Mr. Miyagi. He says, hit that like button. Yes, exactly. John says, where are you tuning in from? Where are we tuning in from? We're in Miami. Where are you tuning in from, John? Let us know, man. We appreciate all the love and support.
John
all right.
Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Oh, man.
His name was your name too.
Nah, that's your name.
His name was
That's
your name? Nah, my name. My name's not John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
That is your name, apparently.
All right, guys. So yeah, guys, we have some breaking news. Breaking news, guys. A passport bro was drugged. He was robbed. Okay, he lost everything. He lost everything, Chad. It's crazy. We tell you guys, when you go down there, you need to be safe. Okay, watch out for the scopolamine.
Scopolamine.
AKA what, chat?
The devil's breath.
All right, a lot of you guys, you know, we talk about this every show. We tell you, watch out, watch out. You guys still just stand in front of it. It's like a train coming. You know it's coming. You don't care because there's bad big booty Latinas. I understand, guys. I understand that the hookers are there, but it's all right.
I want some hookers.
I do too, but you got to be safe. Have to be safe, guys, all right? We all want some hookahs sometimes. No problem with having a stripper or two around sometimes, shaking some ass, but you got to know how to not get finessed and not get robbed. You guys keep getting finessed and robbed, all right? That's why this show is so important. That's why we've created this show, teaching you guys how to move properly.
I know how to move.
So DC Born Rob, he basically came out with another story of a passport bro. I think he was Canadian, lost everything. So we're going to bring up the story. And again, guys, you know, it's like a broken record, man. But, you know, we shout out to Coach AJ Lou, who came on a few shows ago. He said there's literally a scoping and a robbing pretty much every day in Medellin. So that should make you guys understand. There's literally 365 scopolamine incidences.
Scopolamine.
Every day. At least let's just say one a day on average in Medellin. That's a lot. That's a lot because a lot of them, again, guys, they go unreported. Right? Guys are too embarrassed and they just go home and then they never come back to Colombia again. All right. Let's bring up this video. Shout out to DC Born Rob doing his thing per usual. Here we go.
Here we go. Yes.
Nigga always changes.
Okay, guys, I have two stories for you today. One is breaking, one is not. Both are in Cartagena and both have lessons. So meet me on the other side to go over the lessons. If you're not familiar with my channel, I report the news for Central and South America with a special attention on Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. So again, both stories are in Cartagena. One is breaking. Let's jump into that one right away. Canadian tourist was the victim of a multi-million-dollar robbery in Cartagena. The suspects were captured on video. The district spoke. Tourist was the victim of a multi-million-dollar robbery in Cartagena. The victim reported that all of his belongings were stolen. What began as a trip for a dental procedure ended in tragedy for Noisbe Rhodes Onaps, a Canadian citizen and resident of Cartagena, who is seeking help from authorities after claiming to have been the victim of a
Even though they blurred that face, chat, she do look like she a baddie. I know, chat. Okay.
I want some hookers.
All right.
At least when I'm there,
I can tell that chick's.
In.
I could tell, just even with the face blurred out, she's probably a good-looking girl. Al, what do you think? Chat, we're going to rate the blurry face right here. Can we rate the blur?
I say she's at least
Go ahead. Give it to me. It's
at
right.
least
6.
Yeah.
She's at least a 6?
At least with the blurry.
All right. Hey,
would you hit if her face was blurred? Like while you're hitting, you can't see her face. Like it's just blurred out.
If she had a fat ass, I'd probably still hit.
Okay.
I'd probably
still John says she's a 7.
No worse than putting a bag over.
Shout out to Show Nuff, our guy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He's over there in Cuba fucking.
Oh shit. Oh yeah.
Putting on a fucking.
I saw that. I saw that, man. Showing up going crazy in Cuba. We got to head over to Cuba, man.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be over
Show
there.
Nuff's
I'll be
making it
over
lit.
there. I'll be over there before the end of the year. And then Show Nuff said he might be pulling up whenever we do our thing. Eventually.
In Colombia.
Nah.
Or in Cuba.
End of the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Once we do the
That's what's up.
official tishel announcement.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So this is a Black Canadian, guys. He obviously has a fine Latina with him. Looks like he's enjoying himself. He's taking pictures with her.
I love big booty Latinas.
Let's continue on, see what happened, man. He lost millions, though, guys. Millions and millions.
Millones.
So he's a black millionaire. Damn. I mean, if it's millions, this might be one of the biggest licks that they've ever hit. Because I've never heard of anybody losing millions. So let's see, chat.
$50 million robbery. Noisbe Rhodes O'Naps, a Canadian citizen and resident of Cartagena, who is seeking help from authorities after claiming to have been the victim of a multi-million-dollar robbery. The incident occurred between the night of holiday Monday, June 23rd, and the early Tuesday morning. The last thing the Canadian remembers is entering the bathroom of the apartment he rented.
If he's from Canada, does that make him a foreigner?
Yeah, we can call him a foreigner. I mean, he's a foreigner. He's a foreigner no matter what. He's a foreigner.
He's a foreigner. Yeah.
But yeah.
But still.
Foreigner. 100%.
I just wanted to make sure.
100%.
Morning. The last thing the Canadian remembers is entering the bathroom of the apartment he rented, where he was accompanied by a woman he had met a few days earlier on a dating app. Rhodes O'Naps and the suspect had reportedly seen each other for a few days. However, the suspect allegedly took advantage of a visit to the foreigner's place of stay to rob him of his belongings while they were sharing a room. I believe my drink may have been spiked, and during this incident, all of my belongings were stolen, including my Canadian passport, money, phone, and other important items. Currently, I have no identification.
All right, guys, look at that. Look at the list of shit. His Apple Watch, $900. A Rolex for $21,000. An iPad, $800. 15 tarjetas, which is 15 credit cards. Yeah, 15 credit cards. It looks like they were only able to get $9 off of those. That's weird. 3 billeteras. That's like tickets or something like that. Billeteras is some sort of ticket. That's crazy.
15 credit cards for $9 USD is nasty work, bro.
Yeah. Real quick, guys.
Maybe they shut that shit down.
Yeah, they shut it down.
That's probably what happened.
They shut it down. But chat, before we continue on, I have to say this. This is why all y'all motherfuckers need to book consultations with
Shabby just said it.
Mentuition. Right? Yeah. You should have booked the consultation. You didn't have the game.
You should have booked a consultation. You ain't had a game.
You guys think because you have money and you have Versace and Rolexes or whatever it is that you guys have that you can't get got. You're even more of a target, especially on dating apps. The girls see you flossing and flaunting your jewelry. They know you have money. They're looking for a specific kind of guy. When we watched that Obi-Land interview, they were saying that certain girls would only match with guys that were, you know, they had pictures with Porsches and nice cars and watches. Like the women are targeting a lot of the guys that have money. I know a guy that goes down to Medellin. He's been down to Medellin at least 15 times this year. Crazy. Literally. He makes, I think, 30 or 40K a month. And that's like on the low end. So he spent 20,000. So I just talked to him. He spent $20,000 last week in Parquilleras. I shit you not, chat. It's okay.
How is that physically possible?
Y'all thought I was finished?
I'm being honest.
How is that physically?
It's because he was throwing money in the club. I tell them don't throw money. They get drunk and they throw money. Now, it's funny, these guys, I know these guys, but they haven't booked the consultation. They're older than me, and they think because they're older than me that they don't have to book the consultation, right? People who have more money than you or older than you think that they're like trying to like sun you, like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing, dog. Like I had one of the guys I was talking to, I was like, yo, like go to Santa Catalina, I was telling about Cartagena because they always go to Medellin. I'm like, nah, go to Cartagena, y'all gonna love it. So he went to Cartagena, he took some of my advice. And then when we talked on the phone after his first time at Cartagena, he was like, oh yeah, no, I got it down pat. Yeah, you go to the beach, go to delivery. He's like trying to talk to me how like about how it is in Cartagena after his first time, because he's older than me. He's in his late 40s, 50s. His boy's in his late 40s. They make a lot of money. You know, they got that military money, that tech money, that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, guys, listen to me. I'm telling you, I've been there way more than you. I don't even care if you keep going. I don't even care if you've been to Medellin more than me, because at this point, they've been to Medellin more than me and Al. It doesn't matter. Me and Al have a different mindset than you guys. You guys are going to Gusto and Sky Park and all these places trying to bang the baddest chick, while me and Al are actually creating content, looking over and looking from a distance. Yeah, we might snag a few chicas from the street, but we're actually looking like, all right, what's going on right here? What's going on over here? Oh, those chicks look like they'll hit you with this scopolamine, right? Like those chicks look like they're going to try to rob you or try to pickpocket you. And we've had stuff happen to us. I got pickpocketed in Medellin. So it's just interesting that, you know, you can be around certain people. You tell them not to do stuff, but they don't book the consultation and they just do whatever they want.
My question is, to spend 20,000 in a week means you got to spend 3,000 a day.
Yeah.
How in the fuck do you spend 3,000 in a day in Medellin?
There's,
how is that possible?
They're overpaying for the girls. Girls are getting 200 to 300 per girl.
Even so, that's 3,000 a day.
Yeah, and then they're going and popping bottles every single night.
Okay, let's say that's $1,000, and then the girls,
yeah, but
let's say they spend 500. They still got to double that. Where is the money going?
Well, I'm thinking they're staying in nice Airbnbs, they're popping bottles, they're staying in like Parquilleras. Bro, it's like, I can see it. 20 bands is doable if you're staying in Parque.
I can't see it.
If you're staying in Parquilleras and you get a really nice place and you're going to Glow, Gusto, and you're going to all three, by the way. So they go to each of the places every night. They get the bottles at Gusto's, they go to Sky Park and get bottles, and then they go to Glow and get bottles. So they're drinking all night.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
and we've gone out with them, and they're always popping bottles. I get that. Nagmeezy says 3,000 a day is cap.
It's not cap.
It's not cap. Just because I know the people, but I just don't understand how that's physically. Like, I'm trying to fathom if you smash 3 girls a day or whatever.
Okay, let me give a little bit more context.
Hard to do.
Let me give a little bit more context. I said they stayed last week, so they stay about 7 to 10 days usually. Okay. So they stay they're not weekend warriors, chat. They stay about at least a week and a half to 2 weeks each time. So yeah, spending nice Airbnbs, super nice Airbnbs. Maybe that's like $5K for the whole stay, and then they're spending 200 to 300 per girl. 200 to 300 per girl is a lot. Shouldn't be spending that kind of money. And then their tab probably at each club is maybe, like you said, let's say 1,000, maybe a little under, 800 at each bar. So each night they're spending like $2,400 minimum. You can easily hit 10K after 4,
10
5,
to
6
14. Days. I agree with Nat. 10 to 14, I could see that. I don't know. Shout out to HJ Clyde. He said you can definitely spend 3K if you're popping bottles. Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at it like when me and Steve go there, they're typically there every time me and Steve pop out to Medellin. Yeah, like they literally are there all the time. So we'll go out with them. They'll already have the bottles or whatever. We offer to pay. They always say no. And then like we'll have a couple drinks, and they do pop like a couple bottles at the club. All that. I don't know. I just can't fathom it. Like the very first time we went to Medellin, like me and Steve, and we had one other friend that went with us together, and I think we were under $1,500 for like 4 days or something like that. Under 1,500.
Yeah. Yo, these girls are making more than girls in the US. Yeah. Some of them, chat, which is insane. We won't go down the rabbit hole of pricing on this show, but some of the girls
I'm not mad at making more because they look 10 times better than
they do.
Look
of 10 times better.
So I'm not mad at it. You go here to any place and
stars
chicks are selling it, and a lot of them ain't fucking with the average basic chicks over there. So
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. So
wild.
so we'll go.
Some people are just, you know, I mean, you got the money. It's gonna keep coming in because you're in the military. You got that pension. He's
making about 40K a month.
Yeah.
50K a month. I'm not, no lie. He does some sort of cyber tech thing. When you go into his room in his Airbnb, he has like 7 computers that he travels with, and he's doing cyber security for clients. And I don't know how much they pay him, but he's making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And he can do it anywhere. He's just, it's a niche type of tech that he does where he just makes good money. And he's just, and then he was a guy that kind of got in trouble. So he was kind of away for a while. And so he kind of missed certain parts of his life to party. So he parties hard because when he was in his, you know, mid to late 20s, early 30s, he got in trouble a lot. And so, you know, while he was in trouble, he learned a skill that, you know, that is a niche skill. And now he's making a lot of money, and he just goes to Medellin and bangs
if I was making 50 bands a month, I would party hard too. But it wouldn't be, I mean, maybe 1 month, but he literally goes there every day. He's fucking hammered every night, every time we see him. I'm super surprised he hasn't gotten scoped, because he is hammered, like blackout drunk every single time.
Yeah, they get fucked
we
up.
see him. So
but yeah, so chat, just a little story time for you guys, just to give you some context to some of the guys that go to Medellin. So Sky Park in particular is a club where money is thrown. I tell all our supporters, do not throw money. We were hanging out with our guy P. He was throwing money. I'm like, hey man, it's your birthday. I get it, brother, but you know, and he's seen the channel. He watches the show. Super cool dude. But he was throwing money. I'm like, dude, y'all gotta chill with throwing the money. It ain't the strip club. You know what I mean? I want to throw money, go to La Isla, go to a strip club. Y'all throwing money. And then what's crazy is when they're throwing money, if you guys watched our club thing that we did with Rello, these guys are throwing money, and it's like, it's mud ducks. Like, it's like not every girl in there is bad. So you're throwing money, and there's just ugly girls kind of just like chilling, like, all right, let me see if I can just, they'll just sit there the whole night next to your VIP waiting.
And then it got to the point where all the chicks are only gonna stand right next to the people that are throwing money. So it got to the point where you couldn't even walk through the crowd because there's so many chicks huddled up in this one section in the middle of the club. You couldn't even walk through because it was just kind of like a traffic jam. So yeah, I just I don't understand it.
Yeah, so you know, let's play a little bit more of it, and we'll show you guys the clip from our live too. But let me just play a little more of this this incident that happened in Cartagena, apparently. And we always talk about Medellin, guys, but this apparently happened in Cartagena. So you still got to watch your shit no matter where you go.
Vacation funds or means of communication.
Maybe that's 9,000.
The victim reported. Donaps realized what had happened, according to his account. The morning after the robbery, when he woke up feeling very unwell and his body was unable to react. The staff at the facility contacted the dentist, who was the victim's referral in Colombia, and told her what had happened. So they decided to go to the authorities to report the case. The Canadian filed a complaint with Boca Grande Police Station 1 that same day. This case has deeply outraged me. I feel powerless. My patient suffered a terrible crime and the perpetrator left them with nothing. We are asking the authorities for help, the complainant insisted. The Interior Ministry spoke about the alleged robbery of a foreigner in Cartagena. El Universal contacted the Ministry of Interior and reported that it is already aware of the case and is conducting an investigation. A team has been deployed to contact the affected citizen. The intention is for the administration to guarantee the victim's rights so that the investigation can proceed, the agency stated. And it looks like the perpetrators sent text of a haul that they made. So I should be showing you this on the screen right now. This outlet also attempted to contact the police, but they have not yet provided any information on the case. So it is unknown whether the alleged offender has been identified. It is also unknown whether he acted independently or if she belongs to a criminal network which uses these types of dating apps to scam tourists arriving in the city.
I'll tell you where she belongs.
She belongs to the streets.
See the lesson?
Good morning, Colombia. I'm
Look
Sheila,
at this nigga.
bringing you the weekend weather
This
forecast
nigga,
for today,
TC boy
Saturday,
Rob.
June
Come
28th.
on, man.
I hate this nigga.
What the hell?
Let's see what was that.
50.
You tell me what you think the two lessons are. But let me step through what was actually taken. It was in Spanish. They also put it in English.
Oh, he's
so
Nigerian.
let's see what it is. Well, I
Canadian
can
and
read
Nigerian.
this Spanish. He is a Nigerian passport, a Canadian passport, 3,000 in cash, MacBook, AirPods, Apple Watch, a Rolex, iPad, 15 tickets at $9, or I'm not sure what type of credit cards. I think maybe 1 month Blanc. Okay, the following is not breaking news, but it happened a few weeks ago. But again, there's
Bro,
a
who
lesson.
the fuck travels like that?
Yeah, man. Chat, they're gonna smash you anyway. The girls are just they're pros, man. Like you don't need to blink. You don't need to bring all of that. I don't understand bringing all of that shit. A Rolex,
a MacBook,
a $21,000 Rolex is wild. To Colombia? What are you doing? I'm trying to figure it out, man. What are you doing? What's going on here? Talk to me, man. Talk to me. Come here. What's wrong, man? You trying to ball on everybody? You trying to look cool? What's up with this, man? You know what I'm saying? Even Bandman Kevo knew not to wear his jewelry out. He brings it to Colombia, which is stupid, but at least he knows. Let me just keep this at the crib, and I'm not walking around with this stupid shit. I'm not going to Comuna 13 with this shit. I'm just wear a white tee or a black tee, no jewelry. I'll have some security with me, but no jewelry. Even he knows not to walk around with his jewelry. So, or even just have shit out when the chicas come. So you guys got to move smarter, man. This guy can clearly afford a consultation. He can book the consultation a bunch of times if you got a $21,000 watch. Before we got banned, chat, we were getting reached out to by a lot of guys who had money. We were getting a lot of kudos from people who had money. Those who traveled to Colombia. We see a lot of celebrities in these places. We see celebrities in Brazil, millionaires, you know, getting drunk, getting high, being stupid, and, you know, no security, no nothing. So it is what it is, man. And hopefully, you know, the content that we put out starts to grow, because it's just too many guys going down there, and he's lucky he didn't lose his life. I'm gonna be honest.
John says he feels like it's only ugly chick and Tinder girls that scope. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Typically it is like the lesser attractive girls that are gonna try to scheme. The attractive girls don't have to. So it's like the lesser attractive ones typically. Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah. So I was trying to find our video, but I don't see it. But anyway,
Desmond said I keep hearing that everyone is getting in on the scoping. The chicks, the club workers, the cab drivers, gangs, etc. Yeah.
That's what AJ Lou said. He said that it actually stems from, you know, starts at the club, or at least at the when you jump into your car. But you know, yeah, a lot of them are in on it, man. You got to think about it, bro. These dudes, they're dirt fucking poor, bro. They don't got nothing else going on in their life. They see a lick, they're gonna go for it. You know what I mean? If you guys are gonna go down there and do this shit, you guys need to, again, book these consultations. That's what we're telling you to book. But also, you got to band together. You know what I mean? They have a whole fucking, you know, network of gangs that are literally plotting to fucking rob us and kill us, but we don't have any sort of network. We don't have any camaraderie. You got guys going down there fighting, punching each other out. We got guys pulling up on people's IRLs and doing all this stupid shit, right? There needs to be more camaraderie. It doesn't even necessarily mean we need to be friends and buddies, but especially when we're overseas, man, you don't want to get locked up and have issues and between each other, because you already got these motherfuckers in these other countries that are against you. So it's kind of strange, but I don't think it'll ever happen. I think guys are gonna go over there because they're men and we have our ego. Man, I'm booking no fucking consultation, man. I know what I'm doing. I grew up in the hood, right? They think they know what they're doing and go out there and they get taken advantage of. It is what it is. Me and Al met a dude in Cartagena that got robbed like 3 times in the same trip. Got his phone taken, got overcharged by a chica, and some other shit happened to him. He's sitting there like, oh, well, at least I know what to do now. So next time I come, that won't happen. I'm like, nigga, next time you come, this shit's gonna happen again. Yeah, it's gonna keep happening. You're an idiot.
I just don't understand it. it's not even just about the consultation, but it's like they're not doing no research to go over there. Like I said, with the rollie and all this unnecessary shit you don't need. Yeah, they're gonna rob you. You deserve to be robbed.
100%. Deserve to be robbed is crazy.
I mean, you do. You go over there with a $21,000 rollie.
That's crazy.
Like,
I just want to
yeah.
rollie.
What the fuck are you doing?
I already got.
You're lucky that you're alive. Like, you lost all that shit. You're lucky you're alive. It might be insured,
Facts.
but you're definitely lucky that you're still living.
Facts.
Because that one dude got robbed for less.
I split people
Got
for
split
less.
for less. Chopped up
I've
for
split
less.
people for less than that. You hear me? Less.
We actually have an update on that story too, guys. I'm gonna just show y'all real quick, and then we'll go on to the next thing. I think that was most of what DC Rob was gonna say, but I do want to show you guys, for those who have missed it. We won't play the sound because we'll probably get blocked, but we did do probably one of the most epic club IRLs in the space when we went to Medellin with Relo. And let me see if I can find the part, but there was a part where they were throwing it was like 2 or 3 different sections throwing money, and you'll see the girls are right. Like most of the girls are cool with cameras, but you'll see certain ones that are like bitching about it. But then when the money's flying, they do not give a fuck. Okay, they do not care about no camera.
We do not care.
All right, all they're worried about is how can I get this damn money. So I'm trying to see if I can find the specific spot, but it was lit. It was lit, super lit. But there's a couple moments where these dudes were just throwing way too much money, man. I'm like, what are y'all doing, man? Y'all are just, didn't book the consultation. Let's see if I can find it. If I can't find it, we'll move on. But yeah, this should just be a part where money's just flying in the air. But and the dude we were with, P, he normally throws money, but he didn't throw money that night, which was good because I didn't want all them damn roaches scattering for money, man. It's super annoying. Here we go. These dudes were throwing money. So this was a section in the center of Sky Park, right? And you guys can see there's kind of money going over the top of their head on the right. I think I might have moved over and got a little more of it. But these girls right here to the right of me, they're sitting there, waiting for dudes to throw money. These dudes look like they were from some, fucking Afghanistan, Iran, somewhere. And they're just, it ain't throwing crazy amounts of money for real, but it looks cool. And then the girls are just kind of huddling around. Shout out to Homies Hub. But it's again, man, when you guys go to Sky Park, do not do this. Enjoy yourself, but you don't have to sit there and throw out wads of money. Okay? The girls are there, they're trying to get lit, they're trying to have fun with you anyway, and you're making yourself a target for whatever it is. This girl was so pretty right here with the fucking pink on. Bitch look like Cassie. There's one more part I want to show y'all. This dude over here, I'm about to walk and you'll see another dude throwing money right here. Him. There we go. Just goofy. Just goofy. Right? Just stupid. Okay. There they go, scattering. And I get it. As a man, it's fun. Look, enjoy yourself, brother. Just understand, man. It's not something that men tuition don't do that. We got bitches shaking ass and we don't even need to do this. So anyway, all right. Shout out to Sky Park. Make sure you guys go there. Super lit. Okay. We got another one from DC Born Rob. Did you have anything else to add, Al, before I?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, we got another one from DC Born Rob, guys. Just a quick update on the guy that got chopped into pieces. Okay, got dismembered. They found his head in one part of Santa Marta, found his legs in another part of Santa Marta. They basically executed him on some fucking cartel type of shit. So we have some updates. Let's go ahead and play that real quick because there was a couple other supporters of the channel saying, I heard this and I heard that. So this kind of clears a little bit more up about that specific story.
This is breaking news regarding the Italian biologist that was deleted a couple of months ago. If you recall, I did a story on it. If you're not familiar with my channel, I report the news for Central and South America with a special attention on Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. Again, if you don't remember the story, I'm going to do a quick recap and then we'll jump right into the story right away.
Real quick, guys, make sure you guys send in your super chats or cash apps. Our cash app is on the top right of the screen. You can scan it with your QR code or type in $Mentuition and send in your support for the show. We prefer Cash App, guys, because it does, YouTube takes like 30%. Cash App goes straight to our Mentuition account. So make sure you guys support. Our PayPal link also is in the description below. So if you send a PayPal, let us know, and we'll definitely read that as well. Thank you.
It is morbid, but it is news. In early April 2025, Alessandro Coatti, a 42-year-old Italian biologist, was deleted in Santa Marta, Colombia, during a trip for tourism and research. On April 6th, he was lured via a fake Grindr profile to a house in San Jose del Pando, where he was scoped, beaten, stabbed.
Isn't Grindr the gay one?
Yeah, that's the update. So, yep. Grindr is a gay dating app, guys. So someone said it on the last show that this guy might have been homosexual. Homosexual men typically are hypersexual as well. So they're easier to lure with sex, actually, because they're kind of down there for that. You know what I mean? When they go to Carnival or whatever, they're just hypersexual. So it was probably easy for them to set him up. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just probably there. He's trying to find, some guy or whatever, and he's just trying to do whatever. And then they basically caught him and chopped him into pieces. So let's play a little bit more though.
Shout out to our guy, Mr. D, in the building too. Ozzy,
Mr. D.
Cornell, I see y'all.
Yes, sir. Shout out.
T Lethal. Appreciate the love, man.
Honey.
And then cut into pieces in a robbery attempt. Body parts were found in a suitcase near Sierra Nevada Stadium and the Manzanares River. The Santa Marta police, aided by Italian authorities and forensic evidence, investigated a criminal group targeting foreigners via dating apps. Early speculation about organized crime or personal motives was uncovered. A 50 million COP reward was offered, and Coatti's family and the Royal Society of Biology demanded justice, with no suspects arrested until June 22nd.
Shout out to the Royal Society of Biology for saying, yeah, you find this man, find his body. We know something happened. You know what I mean? You see that when there's somebody that got their foot on their neck, Colombia will move and try to help. The same thing happened with Terzier Zhang, the Asian guy that got killed last year. There was a lot of pressure on the Colombian government to find out what happened to him. It seems like when they put that pressure on, the thieves and the criminals in Colombia aren't very smart. They think that they're smarter than us, but they're really not. Most of them are dumb and end up getting caught in a lot of these instances. But a lot of times when they put up a reward like that, that information comes out, fairly quickly. So it was a couple months that passed by, but they were able to track these losers down and bring them to justice.
2025. And this is the update on the actual arrest. Again, they will find you. The background of the alleged leaders of Alessandro Coatti, the Italian biologist cut into pieces in Santa Marta. The foreigner had been tricked by a criminal organization through a dating app. His body was found in different parts of the city and showed blunt force trauma. Little by little, those involved in the brutal murder of the molecular biologist Alessandro Coatti, an Italian who was found dismembered in the Manzanares River in the Bureci sector of Santa Marta, are falling. Coatti was reported to have traveled to Colombia on April 3rd as part of a culture and nature tour of several South American countries, but did not return after staying at a hotel and leaving on April 6th for Minca to explore the flora and fauna species on the slopes of the Sierra Nevada. An investigation by authorities revealed that the foreigner was tricked through Grindr, a dating app for the LGBTQ plus population, because he
got to do it again, man.
Foreigner was tricked through Grindr, a dating app for the LGBTQ plus population, because he was apparently in a relationship with the partner of a hitman boss belonging to a criminal organization, who is allegedly involved in the murder of Alessandro Coatti. The National Police and the attorney.
All right, guys. So they're saying that he was in a relationship with a hitman boss. So gay guy travels to Santa Marta, is in a relationship with some sort of hitman boss, I don't know, drug lord, something, and that might have been part of why he got deleted. Not 100% sure. I told you guys when the first time we put it on, there was some cartel stuff. Normally when they kill you, they can just delete you. They can just delete you. When they delete you and cut you or dip you in some acid or do some crazy stuff, a lot of times they're trying to make some sort of statement, right? Normally when we hear about people getting deleted in Colombia, whether it be Santa Marta, Medellin, Cartagena, wherever, you know, the worst that you may hear is they jump off a building or something, which they say they jumped off, but you know, something like that. But this seemed to be a little bit more personal. Cutting people up is usually you're trying to also kind of scare or put fear in someone else that they may be associated with. It reminds me of the Al-Qaeda beheading back when we were in middle school, I think it was, or high school. There was a dude that just got his head chopped off on live YouTube. When YouTube first came out, they were posting it everywhere. But you know, this is very interesting. Not sure how true it is. I mean, that's what's coming out, so maybe it is true. But I thought this was just a, you know, example of a dude going down there trying to indulge in sex, which he was. But it looks like maybe it was partly a setup. Al, what do you think about this? Do you still want to go to Santa Marta?
Should we still go? Man. Luckily for us, we don't have to worry about the Grindr app. But
well, yeah.
Bro, like that's a wild story. That's a completely wild story.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I guess he was in the relationship, so that's why he went over there. But maybe he used it. He knew maybe he had to go over there, and then he used the app. He pre-gamed on the app.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know what to say to that. I don't know how to respond to that. That's crazy.
In general, guys, of course, we're straight, we're heterosexual, but I think it's still a lesson learned that sex is always going to lure men in, whether they're straight or homosexual. They can use that, right? These dating apps. The other guy, the story we just covered with the guy that got his $21,000 Rolex stolen, he was lured in on a dating app. So I think that most, you know, just as a rule of thumb, most of you guys, like 99% of you, should just never try to use a dating app. Go over there. If you're, you know, indulging in trying to date, whether it be regular chicks and or, you know, women of the streets, meet them in person, figure out what their vibe is. This guy met someone on Grindr, went out to some location to meet them. I guess he didn't know where he was going. Probably didn't even Google map it. I don't know. I don't know how you get, you know, we can only speculate. Maybe he met someone before, then they, you know, they're playing the long game now, guys. They'll meet you for a couple days, and then on the third day, you know, after you're comfortable, they'll go and do whatever they're going to do to you. So we'll play a little bit more of this, but it's unfortunate, no matter if he's straight or gay, to see men going over there getting deleted, especially chopped up into pieces, right? So it's a messed up situation, but I wanted to play this because we were speculating on that on the last show on what happened, but now we have a little bit more information.
General's office reported the arrest and identification of the alleged leaders of Alessandro Coati. Among them are Brian Augusto Cantillo Salcedo, arrested in Santa Marta, identified as the group's leader, Oswald Moises Alspina Navarro, arrested in Medellin, Isaac Enrique Marquez Charis in Arizona, Bolivar, and Andrea Camila Bordega Escorciza, arrested in Bogota. Castillo Salceda is known to be 23 years old and has a criminal record dating back to 2022 when he was arrested for participating in a robbery at a casino in Santa Marta. He was released months later and returned to the life of crime, leading the group to profile foreigners through aforementioned apps. These individuals allegedly acted together to profile Coati and scope him with the chemical substance until he was rendered defenseless, then robbed him of his belongings. Since the discovery of his remains on April 6th, all of our investigative capabilities have been activated. Thanks to forensic analysis, interviews, surveillance cameras, and the collection of biological evidence, we have fully identified the foreign national and his alleged perpetrators.
Hey, we can do it one more time. All right, guys. So that is the story. You can watch the rest of it if you'd like, but we did want to give you guys an update on what happened. They caught all 4 assailants or assailants, whatever that word is, and which we kind of went over that on the last one, but they also learned a little bit more information about the motive behind it. So we don't hear too many stories about Santa Marta. For the most part, I hear that it's pretty safe, especially if you stay in the gringo areas and the areas where a lot of people are populated. But again, you know, watch out for those dating apps, guys. A lot of people say, yo, I'm gonna get on Bumble before I go. I'm gonna start. And it's like, kids, don't try this at home. You know, we can do it, but you can't. And if you want to learn how to do it, book that consultation, guys. Like, we're not saying it because we're trying to get a bunch of money. We're saying it because we want you guys to be safe. Yes, we want to be paid for our time, but at the same time, it's like, you guys think you know what you're doing, and then you're literally taking Ubers and taxis out to random locations. It doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. If you were there for a week, let's say you met a girl and you smashed, did whatever you did, and it was a 3rd day you're smashing, you feel like, oh, she's so great. Still, if she invites you anywhere, you don't go, right? Like you control what happens. You're the man. No, you're going to come here. We're going to hang here. Meet me at this bar. You know what I mean? Get a place with security guard, right? And there's not really much they can do. Watch your drinks, of course, all that kind of stuff. But I guarantee you this dude's probably never done any research on, you know, men getting scoped. And, you know, these guys are just traveling to countries. They're rich. They're white. They're chemists and biologists. And they're just like, oh, yeah, whatever. I'll just have a few drinks. And it was easy for them to target, you know, this kind of guy. So it is what it is. All right, guys, it is what it is. All right. So next up, we do have a story with regards to Costa Rica. Shout out to Giamo. He did a video that we covered a few shows ago about Bogota and Panama. He was in Bogota. He was talking about Panama not being a new destination for passport bros to go because of it being expensive, or at least being more expensive than other countries using the US dollar, and that it's kind of boring and there's not much stuff to do. So he's, you know, made another video. Shout out to Giamo. He's making a lot more content. It seems like he kind of fell off for a while. And he actually got his phone stolen on live. The phone literally goes out of his hand and you see the guy driving on the moto, looking at it, trying to turn it off. He got his phone stolen during an IRL stream, which was crazy. So Giamo Jackson did another video about Costa Rica. A lot of you guys talk about Costa Rica, San Jose, Jaco Beach. And we'll skim through this one because it is a little longer, about 10 minutes, but we'll play about maybe 3 minutes or so of it. But he's talking about why Costa Rica needs passport bros now more than ever. Okay, so let's bring this up and see what Giamo has to say.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Giamo back with another video. Guys, right now I'm here in San Jose, Costa Rica. And I can't lie to you, it feels nice to be here. Last place I was in was Bogota, which when I left, it was raining, a bit cold, a bit dreary. Now, here in Costa Rica, our San Jose is warm, the sun's out, it's nice, it feels nice. But anyways, guys, the point of this video, as you see at the title, you know, why Costa Rica needs passport bros now more than ever. And guys, some of you guys might see that title and think, wow, Giamo, that seems kind of crazy, that's dumb, that's wild, whatever. I'm gonna explain the reason why I'm saying that right now. So guys, first off, I'm gonna give a little backstory. So in 2022, you know, Costa Rica hit a peak in tourism. Actually, a lot of countries hit a peak in tourism, to be honest with you. But that's just because, you know, COVID was over. Essentially, people could go back outside. And, you know, Costa Rica is a top-tier destination for a lot of people.
Question.
You know what I'm saying?
Go home, California, Santa Monica.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's going to get, this dude's going to be talking to him. Hold on.
Finish this, let's go ahead and finish this video here real quick. But anyways, guys, so the reason why I think that Costa Rica needs passport bros now more than ever is essentially because tourism is in a decline here. And, you know, if you don't believe me, you can look up the stats, you can look up the research. Like I was saying earlier, Costa Rica hit a peak in tourism around 2022. A lot of dollars came in, a lot of euros came in. But if you fast forward the timeline, the cologne, because of all that tourism, the cologne has gotten stronger. You know, if you, before 2022, 2021, 2020, you can see $1 was about 700 colones. Right now, $1 is about 505 colones, which might not seem that big of a difference. But for example, if a man wants to take his family for a trip, you know, Costa Rica, before it might cost $6,000, for example. Now it's going to cost $7,500, $8,000. something along those lines. So, and you have to remember that tourism is a business.
Yeah, guys. So Costa Rica is definitely more expensive, and the dollar fluctuates, of course. My mom and my sister went to Costa Rica like a couple years ago, and they said it was pretty pricey. So that's not necessarily going to scare passport bros away, all the passport bros away, but it'll definitely keep people from traveling there in droves. Costa Rica is not really a thought on our map as far as, I mean, maybe we'll go at some point, but it's not something that we're like thinking about. And I think that's for most travelers. They're not like, oh, I'm gonna go to Costa Rica. Like, no, like it's just not a destination where men talk about, or even the travel space really talks about.
Well, some people in the travel space talk about it, and it is a destination because you're going to get all walks of life going there. You're going to get the Colombians, the Venezuelans, the Brazilians, chicks from all over the world go there to do poetry. But it's that is on our map.
It's at the bottom of the list though for most people.
Yeah,
most people. So yeah, guys. So Giamo's hitting the nail on the head at this point. We'll play a little more, but I think that he makes a good point about the colones, which is their form of currency there in Costa Rica. So let's play a little bit more.
Before we do, we gotta stop the show.
We gotta stop the show. We got a special donation from our guy. Shout out to Kev B. Thank you, Kev. Thank you so much.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar.
Shout out to Kevin B. Comes in with the $10. Says content goats. Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
It, bro. Appreciate the support. Hey, support the channel.
Yeah,
keep it up.
Yeah,
it keeps us doing what we're doing.
Yes, sir.
And we appreciate Kev B and all of our other supporters, man.
Thank you.
Helps out so much.
Yeah, thank you, Kev B. Every dollar counts, guys. Everything you guys send in, it really helps us. So we appreciate you, Kev, and anybody else. Send it in, man, and we'll shout you out. We got about 50 people in here, so guys, make sure you hit that like button. The likes are free. Yes, Hako Beach, we know about that, Desmond, but even Hako Beach, like I said, it's not, people go to Hako Beach, but most people are talking about, Thailand.
Big four.
Yeah, the big four. Thailand, DR, Brazil, Colombia. Hako Beach, Costa Rica is, first of all, it's a whole thing to get there. You can't go straight there. You got to catch a
catch an hour bus after the hour 2 bus.
Yeah. So it's just a little bit, it's a niche place to go. I'm not saying that it's not the place to go. I'm just saying that most people, it's not a lot of content on it. And most people aren't, it's not like a high on most passport bro maps to travel.
If they want us to go, if they send us there, we'll pull up. But second half of the year is going to be super booked, super packed. The schedule's looking pretty solid. Shout out to our guy, Homies Hub. He says, yo,
what's good, Homie Hub?
He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing down there in CTG, man. If you've been under a rock, he's been putting in some very, very dope live streams, putting in that work. So shout out to him. I've never heard anyone mention Costa Rica. I've heard some travelers mention it. It's like Steve said, it's just super complicated and difficult, and the prices aren't really friendly towards us. It's like American prices. You're paying like $200 for a poetry session, go to the club, whatever. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But
I mean, do you guys want to see us go to Costa Rica? If you guys want us to go to Costa Rica, we can do a fundraiser for Costa Rica at some point. It's not
just going to be
particularly on our map, but
it's going to be behind some other things.
Yeah, behind some other things. But I'm saying if chat wants us to go, we will go. We will live stream it. We will
give y'all the best
content we can give y'all. We'll take y'all inside some clubs, some exclusive clubs,
show y'all some beautiful women.
Yeah. You know, that's one thing that we try to do on all of our trips, guys, especially now that I'm sort of perfecting the live stream stuff, is to give you guys like a live view of everything. But not only that, just give you guys some footage that is more like, you know, we're in these environments and you guys can actually feel and see what it's like to be there. Like that whole live we did at Sky Park. Yes, people have went live from Sky Park before, but typically it's a vertical stream. You can't see everything. It's blurry. The girls are like, you know what I'm saying? I was able to walk around that bitch with a camera and really show you guys, go from section to section. Then I went to the DJ booth. Like I said, man, we're pioneers of this shit, man. And we're going to continue to keep giving y'all super dope ass content. Okay. So stay tuned.
Y'all got to post, anybody that's been to Costa Rica or been to these places, y'all got to post in the Discord. And shout out once again to Show Enough. He's been killing this shit in Cuba. He's posted a lot in the Discord.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
Yeah.
Show Enough been going crazy.
Yeah,
I wish we could show y'all what he was posting, but we can't. But
yeah,
go to this, join the Discord, mentuitiondiscord.net, or the Discord link is below, and go to the baddie section, I think it is, and Show Enough went crazy.
Yep.
So shout out to him, man.
Shout out to our guy Calais.
Calais
guy pulling up. He says, "Yeah, ho."
Shout out to Calais. Yeah, ho. Yeah, man. All
Show
right.
Enough says Mentuition and Flyboy is the reason why I started traveling overseas. My first spot was Hako Beach, and that's what got me hooked.
Oh yeah,
great time.
That's what's up, man.
Please appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Mentuition and Flyboy will be linking up very, very soon for a crazy collaboration. So
yeah, and Flyboy inspired us.
Yeah, he inspired us
to make a lot of the content we make. But yeah, we're gonna be linking with Flyboy in Cali, Colombia, guys. So stay tuned for that. It's coming up in a few months.
Man, salsa is gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
I already know I'm gonna get me a curly fry over there, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm looking forward to it, man. Shout out to him.
We're supposed to meet our guy too.
Your guy.
You
had beef with him.
We're supposed to meet Andre Love Crossing Borders, chat. That should be interesting. We had a little bit of a back and forth with him. This is probably like last year sometime.
Steve had a back and forth.
We had a back and forth. Whoever's on the camera had a back and forth with him at that point. Not me. But yeah, I forget what he said. Something about
he was trying to flex on Razor Razor's panel.
Yeah, he was saying something.
Sending
crazy,
in like 20,000 cope, and they're like, bro, that's like $3.
Yeah.
It's like $3, man.
Yeah, but it'd be nice to meet him face to face.
No, it'd be cool.
And you know, maybe we'll bring him on the stream. He'll be on the stream for sure. But I think it'll be an interesting sit down conversation with Andre Love Crossing Borders, and he was in the same boat we had where his channel got banned. So, you know, shout out to Cornell. What did he say? He was talking to Desmond.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's play a little more.
Maybe Costa Rica is more of a chill spot than party. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. If y'all want us to go, we'll see. I don't know if we can put in the trips this year. We'll see. We got a pretty epic second half of the year. We went crazy for the first half of the year.
Yeah.
We got a even crazier second half of the year, man. I'm excited.
Stay tuned.
Super excited. Super excited.
Yeah, man. Yep. All right. Let's play a little bit more of this Giamo thing, guys. Shout out to Giamo. And
let's I don't know where the likes are, but let's get them up, all the way up. If you haven't liked the video, please like the video.
Yes, sir.
And there are competitors. So, for example, you can get more bang for your buck in Nicaragua, in El Salvador. We know Bukele, the President Bukele, has done a lot there to make it safer. If you can spend more money in other places like Colombia or Dominican Republic, then you're going to do that, compared to a place where the prices have increased. So that's just one reason why tourism has declined here in Costa Rica. To me, in my opinion, one of the more major reasons tourism has declined is because of the image. You know, before when I first came here in 2015, the image of Costa Rica was pura vida, you know what I'm saying, very peaceful. I think at one point this was deemed one of the happiest countries here in the world. But now we're starting to see more crime. In 2024, there was 880 homicides. In 2023, the homicide rate was 17.3 per 100,000 residents. So these type of things are slowly starting to change the image of Costa Rica.
Yeah, guys, Costa Rica used to be very safe. Pura vida. They had low crime rate. Pura vida means pure life. And I don't even know, I think the time I went to Costa Rica, I don't even know if they had a military when I was there. Like, it was just a very safe place, but the crime rate has been constantly rising. People obviously are in poverty in certain areas. You may start seeing scopolamine cases there, so on and so forth. So you just have to be very careful, even in Costa Rica. But yeah, man, you know, that's also something to look out for. And Giacomo's going to talk a little bit more about how the poverty rate may or may not affect passport bros in a second here.
And the reason why that's important is because a lot of the type of tourists that come here are bird watchers, people that like to see sloths, you know, eco lodge guests and whatnot. And you know that, you know, when they hear about the crime, and also not even just the crime, and honestly a lot of that crime, I talked when I was coming in, I talked to the taxi driver, and he told me that he thinks that a lot of the crime that is here is because of the Venezuelans. Don't really care about, that's a major reason they might not come. But like I said, this gets to my final point. You know, guess what type of tourists don't really care about a little bit of danger? You know what I'm saying? Guess what type of tourists don't really care about a slight price increase? Oh, actually, I'm gonna look at this.
Passport bros.
You know, the type of tourists that really don't care about that are passport bros. Our passport bros, and we know this to be facts. You know what I'm saying? Passport bros really don't care. Passport bros really don't care at all.
We do not care.
Chat, you know we don't give a shit, okay?
We do not care.
Nobody cares, nigga.
As long as there's big booty Latinas.
I love big booty Latinas.
We don't give a fuck. All right? It is what it is, all right? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Peso Man.
At least while I'm there, I want to get a few hawkers in.
About a little bit of danger or a little bit of price increase, and we know this, and we have hardcore evidence because of the fact of, you know, you look at Colombia. Every other week we hear about someone getting drugged in Colombia, getting scoped, you know, once every, I don't say once every month, but you know, it's frequently we hear about somebody dying, a passport bro, you know, male solo traveler dying in Colombia. We hear this all the time. You know what I mean? Actually, in one of my last videos, I talked about how in Cartagena, the prices of tourism, the prices of Airbnbs and hotels and apartments have increased. But yet we
damn right it has.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
We still see people going to Colombia. That's when I say people, talking about passport bros, talking about, you know, solo male travelers in bulk, in mass.
All right, guys, we'll stop it there, man. But Giacomo's cooking, definitely saying some truth there. Don't know how much experience he has in Colombia. I know he does a lot more DR content. And now he's sort of, and I don't think he's ever been to Brazil yet, but he's speaking facts. You know, most guys are still going to go down there despite the danger that they see, despite people getting robbed and chopped into pieces and all this stuff. They're still going to travel. This is why channels like ours exist. This is why we make the breakdowns that we break down, that Knack Meezy hates. But Knack, I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of guys that are green, bro. They don't know what they're doing. And they're walking right into a death trap, literally a death trap.
We should just tell them not to go.
We should just tell them not to go.
That's what the next guy, that one, I saw the video that you posted.
Yeah. The death trap guy.
Tell them not to go.
Yeah. It segues perfectly, guys, to our next video, which is by a guy named Trap University, the Passport Bro Death Trap.
Somebody said the Discord link on YouTube is broken. Did you post the old one?
No. I posted the last one from the last video.
Maybe that was the old one.
Maybe
I thought it was the.
Go to mentuitiondiscord.net. If the link does not work, try mentuitiondiscord.net, guys. That should work properly. Let me just open up a new private window. Hold on. Let me hold on. Let's hide that for a second, chat. Hold on.
Shout out to while you're doing that. Shownuff said he'll be in Cali the last day of when we're there with Flyboy. So we'll definitely have to grab a drink with him.
Shout out, show enough, yes sir.
Yep. Shout out to the child too. He said it sucks that Andre's original channel got taken down. Cornell was saying Flyboy introduced me to Hako when I went to Costa Rica last year. Jamie's in the building.
Shout out Jamie's. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and send you the. I'm gonna put the link in the.
What's Peso Man's channel? Does he still go live? I don't think he's.
I think Peso Man's done.
I think he's gone.
He's done.
Mangelo,
He
shout
was
out to him.
He was spending too much time making content off of other people's content and not making his own content, and he kind of fizzled out. But he had a good run. You know, he never really got big or whatever, but he was like the arch nemesis of the space, you know.
The arch nemesis of Razor Race.
Of Razor Race, yeah. How do we get that link again? There's a little thing that we can hit. Oh, here it is.
No, you just I'll post the link.
I made a link that didn't disable though. There's a thing that you can change it so it never disables and somehow it disabled. That's why I hate Discord. It's like it should just like I don't need you to expire my links. Like just keep it the way it is. Like what the fuck. All right, guys, we'll post it in a second.
I just made a link. I'm gonna update it on the channel.
It should have gave you an option to do like forever or something like that.
Yeah, I'll look at that shit later. I'm gonna just post the.
All right. Well, we'll fix it later, guys. We'll give you the link.
I'll update it on the channel now, so it's on there. And
yeah, it's probably why we're not getting as many people joining. Stupid. Yeah, there's a way on Discord chat where you can literally just say keep this link forever, no matter what, and somehow it got changed. It might have been changed when we had what's his name moving things around on it because it never was changed before. All right, you got it.
There we go.
All right, chat. So it'll be updated now, and in about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You can join the Discord. All right.
All right. It is.
All right. So refresh.
There.
Refresh,
so
guys.
It never expires.
And then anybody who wants to join the Discord, just refresh, and it should be good. All right. Sorry about that. So there's this guy. Okay. Always somebody in the space that kind of hates on Passport Bros. We like to give you guys different perspectives. But his video he just put out is called "The Passport Bro Death Trap." Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about this. We won't play the whole thing because it's usually pointless to kind of review these kind of channels because they always say the same thing typically, and or a lot of them have never traveled. But again, for some of you that are new to the show, we want to explain to you why the Passport Bros are hated. We want to explain to you why there are men in the United States that actually take the female side. And we're going to give you guys some context on, you know, what to look out for when you're researching traveling Passport Bros, and what kind of content to stay away from. This is the kind of shit you need to stay away from.
And before we do, we're actually going to stop the show.
Shout out to Clay God comes in with the $5 cash app. Yeah, ho. Appreciate you, Clay.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you,
bro.
man. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Again, that's all gonna go to a great place, a great cause. So Clay,
we're gonna have some major announcements next week.
Yeah, we got some
major announcements next week.
Big announcements. All right, guys, let's play this shit real quick.
So we all know what a passport bro is, right? A man who travels to a poor country to meet women and kind of take advantage of a situation. You follow me?
Already he's starting talking shit.
Do you understand what happens to some of these men? From being drugged on dates in Colombia by women they met on dating apps to being kidnapped, held for ransom, and then thrown off a cliff. In 2024, 3 Americans were found dead within 4 days, all in Medellin. One guy was found in a hotel room after he was seen entering the room with a woman who left hours later. Another guy just fell off the balcony of his Airbnb and he totally wasn't pushed probably. And another guy was renting a house for a month when the owners just mysteriously found his body inside. And the year before that, in 2023, there were 32 foreigners that met some suspicious end, all within the first 10 months of the year.
Foreigner,
including 8 Americans in just 2 months. Listen, bro, if you want a girlfriend to speak Spanish, you can do this much safer in like New York, Texas, California, literally anywhere in the United States. There's no need to travel to a country where people get dismembered just because you want to go on a date. Now, I got this idea when I saw these 2 pretty obscure kick streamers, and these idiots, first off, thank God they're still alive, but these guys paid 2 girls $68 in total to spend a night with them when they live streamed. They bought some alcohol and watched the girls pretend to drink it while they got drunk, and surprise, surprise, they got drugged and robbed. Who could have seen this coming? I mean, I'm sure they were blindsided by the Colombian prostitutes. They paid $68, did something shady. These guys are actually some of the only ones to make it out alive, though.
You know what they should start saying? You can get robbed and drugged here in the United States. Instead of you guys trying to say you can find a Latina in New York City or Texas or whatever, how about you just say you could also get robbed and drugged here? Because a lot of women here in the United States are doing the exact same thing that these chicas are doing overseas. Okay, it actually goes unreported here. We've brought up stories of men getting drugged and robbed here in Miami, men getting killed here in Miami. I'm sure it happens in New York as well. I'm sure it happens in California on Figueroa Street as well. Anytime you're dealing with ex-working women, there's potential for them to try to steal from you, have their pimp come or some dude come set you up or whatever, right? You are vulnerable as a man. Your pants are down, literally, and these women can try to take from you, steal from you. It is what it is. You need to be on your P's and Q's no matter what. So I would not suggest that you just find some, woman here just because, if you want to go over to another country, go over to another country. It's going to be different. The lifestyle is going to be different. The culture is going to be different. A Latina that's raised in the Bronx is different than a Latina raised in Puerto Rico. Right? In Puerto Rico is part of the United States technically, but the Puerto Rican Day Parade in the Bronx is different than the Puerto Rican Day Parade in Puerto Rico. A Dominican chick that lives in fucking Manhattan or whatever fucking Harlem it's going to be different than meeting a chick from Santo Domingo. It just is. I don't know why people argue back and forth about this, right? You go to the country, that's where it's from, the origin of where it is. The culture is going to be different. The laws that are governing the women that allow them to get away with the shit that they get away with are different. So
I would love to have this guy on the channel for a debate. I might have to hit him up and extend the invite because he would get cooked. You know what else is different, Steve? The laws are different, right? It's legal over there. It's not legal here in the States. So you get caught up with that and you lose your job trying to do something that's legal over there. So that's another thing. On top of all the points that you mentioned, I mean, it's clearly obvious that the women there are going to be, what people are looking for. There's a reason why people risk their lives and go through all this stuff to go on dates over there and date women and, have poetry jams. Cool. But as far as the dating here, if you wanted to date a Puerto Rican, he says, oh, you could just date a Puerto Rican here. You could just date a Dominican here. Cool. It's going to cost you a lot more, and it's going to be for the potential possibility to smash, as opposed to paying for something that that you're getting. And then to his first point where he said passport bros are dudes that go over and prey on women. I mean, that's a womanly, cowardly point. Like that's not what passport bros are. And once again, as I always say, another person that is not in the game trying to dissect and talk about things that he knows nothing about, he does no research on, and he's just doesn't really care about. I would never just spend time researching something that I didn't really care about. Like I don't really understand that point. You're saying you don't understand why guys go overseas. Cool. I don't understand why guys who aren't in the space, you're married, you're out of the game, and you care so much about what other men are going to do with their money, their time. It blows my mind. Like don't really understand that. So, you know.
Yeah, man. You know, you're always gonna get these haters, chat. I doubt this guy's been to these countries, as I said before. It's a sad situation that men tear men apart. But you know, we're here to debunk a lot of that stuff. You know, I will say he is researching. He's just researching all the bad things. He's researching anything that he can use to make sort of a hit piece on the Passport Bros. He's never been there, A, and then B, he's basically trying to clown men who travel to these, and they always say it, take advantage of these women who are poor. No, man, it's not taking advantage of women who are poor. I would argue that the women are taking more advantage of the men than the men are taking more advantage of the women. It's actually reversed. That's why, again, our content exists. That's why, again, we have to tell guys, watch yourself from being drugged. He's bringing up the stories of guys being drugged and robbed. Yeah, they're getting taken advantage of. You're saying they're trying to take advantage of them. No, if it's a transaction and I say, hey, here's some money and give me this, and we both agree, you shouldn't then rob me. You shouldn't then scopolamine me. We made a deal. The deal wasn't, I didn't agree to be drugged. It doesn't make sense.
Not only that, if that's what they're doing to live and survive,
right,
and you're paying them for it, how is that like? I don't understand that. It's just a weak argument. Shout out to Des Smith. The ROI, the return on investment, is infinitely better overseas. He is spitting facts.
Yes,
100%.
Sir. Yeah, man.
100%. Infinitely better. You're going to get exactly what you want.
Facts.
You're going to get exactly what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, you know, again, we tell you guys, is it all butterflies, rainbows, and fucking happiness if you go over there? Absolutely not. There's still going to be problems. There's still going to be shit that annoys you. People driving crazy, you know, laws. Hard to open a bank account, get your visa. Your girl, maybe you got a girlfriend over there now. She's on her period. She's annoying you. But I'm telling you, man, like I said, it's better to have those kind of problems where, you know, you're in a higher bracket. What we care about, Al.
Did you say bracket?
I did say bracket. What we care about, guys, I still have that one. What we care about, guys, is we care about our wallets and our time.
And our ROI.
Right. And our return on the investment. Like, and then the laws that govern it, right? We don't really like all the love and mushy stuff and find a girl here, you can find a girl. Bro, like, I'm trying to figure out how I can save some money, not waste my time, and get a return on my investment. That's how we are as men. You guys got to start looking at these relationships with these women as business transactions. Yes, love and stuff is part of it, sex, all of that, great. But you can have the baddest chick here in the United States, and she'll run your ass through the ringer. Look at DDG. Look at all these guys that are having issues. Look at Offset. These guys are dating. Some of these guys are dating prostitutes. We have high value men that are making prostitutes their wives and girlfriends.
Speaking of that, we can watch the rest of that video in a sec, but I think I put it in the chat. KD recently said,
is it in there? I didn't see that.
I'll pull it up.
Okay, yes, you can find it. Yeah, we'll play.
KD recently said, the juice ain't worth the squeeze, man. He said he's just gonna pay pros in the States. He said it's not worth it to be in a relationship.
Oh yeah.
This is a guy in the top of the top. I'm sure KD doesn't have a problem getting girls, right?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right. So, you know, it's because the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Yep.
It's not because people have a hard time dating or
getting girls, attracting women.
It's not because of that. It's because the juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
And the people that argue with us, like I said, the passport bros that argue that point and say, oh, there's great women in the States. Their asses are overseas dating them too, man.
Yeah.
And I admit there are great women here, but you know, it's not worth the squeeze. It's not really worth it to find it. And a lot of men are agreeing. And that's why so many people are going overseas. Even the people that talk the most shit. You got Fresh from Fresh and Fit talking about he's going to Colombia.
Yep.
Like,
and has admittedly said that he should be paying for pussy.
He says he should be. He says he should be, but then he tries to say that he didn't and he never has, but he's buying bitches fucking $14,000 bracelets to smash. Like, come on, man. He's buying pros. She was a pro. That chick was a pro, and he's buying her $14,000 bracelet, but then claiming he's not paying for it. So
that's why I keep trying to tell you guys that it's a transaction. Even if she's not necessarily a prostitute, these relationships with women are transactional, and you need to know what kind of woman you're dealing with. But yeah, Paul Pierce, he did a thing we reviewed a few shows ago saying that men need to go overseas. These are guys, I'm telling you guys, this content is gonna blow up pretty soon. I would say within the next 2 to 4 years, you're gonna see more celebrities traveling, more rich guys traveling, more middle-class guy traveling, because it levels the playing field. Like, okay, let's say Fresh from Fresh and Fit goes to Colombia. He's a millionaire. He makes a bunch of money, right? And shout out to John. Cardi B used to talk about robbing. Yeah, she used to rob guys and drug them. Laugh about it. And she got to speak with Kamala Harris, and she got to be on all these shows and stuff. And she literally is on the record saying she used to drug men when she was working in a strip club. But, you know, you're going to see people like Fresh, Bam Bam Kevo, these guys that are super rich here in Miami, flying down to Cartagena, right? Now, it will fuck it up a little bit if they start overpaying the girls, but even still, if you make your little $60,000, $70,000 a year, you're still going to be able to bag something good there, all right? If you're paying for it. And then if you're not paying for it and you're actually going down there trying to find a real woman, you'll be fine too, because your competition is not the other gringos coming down. Your competition, especially if you're going down there long term, are the men that live there, which they're never going to make as much money as you make, right? It's going to be super hard. It's like a 1 in 1 million chance they're going to make $70K a year US living in Colombia. So you already have the edge, and you already propel yourself in the top 1%ers that are in these countries. Now, are you taking advantage of the women because you have more money and you can court that kind of attention? No. The men, you just have leverage. It's a leverage game. It's not taking advantage. Okay, guys, I want you to be very clear on what I'm saying. When you hear idiots like this guy saying men are going to countries and taking advantage of poor women, no. Could you take advantage of a woman? Sure. But what I'm saying is, what it is you're going to a country and now you have leverage. You want to bring up this KD thing?
Yep.
All right, hold on. Let me take this down. Leverage, guys. That's what it's about. All right.
Let me zoom in a little bit. Kevin Durant has a fortune of $200 million and is nearing 40. He has no wife, no children, no girlfriend, no hairbrush, no cream. Just your mom and basketball. The man literally doesn't care for nothing. He gave a quite controversial interview. He said this dating thing sucks. Dating causes addiction, not freedom. I like to feel free without satisfaction. And about sex, I'd rather pay to do it, no strings attached, right? So he's admitting that he would rather pay for the box. He's saying that it's not worth it to date. And this is somebody who can date whoever he wants to date. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Fly Out chases Katie never said that. I don't know.
I don't know. It's been circulating. It's been circulating.
He may have said a variation of that, but even if he hasn't, it's all true up until the point where maybe he said he might pay for it.
Yeah.
He's almost 40 and doesn't have. It's still a problem.
Yeah.
Right. He's a basketball player, and he's not. He's just doesn't have any family. Right. Paul Pierce said we got to start going overseas because these women are just acting a fool. Paul Pierce, I think maybe as a kid, I don't know, but Paul Pierce was known to have strippers. He got in trouble. He had a stripper on one of his lives, shaking ass. You know what I'm saying? Paul Pierce knows what's up. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying they have to be sex workers, but men are starting to finally wake up and realize, stop taking the bad deal. We're taking the bad deal. Yeah, some of them. Some of them are realizing that it's a bad deal here in the United States. Guys, they don't even respect the rich men. They don't respect the guys that have money. You have girls calling people like Paul Pierce broke. There's a clip of some girl getting mad at Kodak Black and calling him a broke nigga because he paid for her flight there, but then he was like, I'm not paying your flight back. She started calling him broke. These women will just insult you, say things that don't even make sense because you're clearly rich and you clearly have clout, and they'll just say it to try to hurt your feelings. Broke nigga, you got a little dick. They just start saying things that aren't even true. This is the kind of world that we live in. It's a clown world. It really is. And again, we're not bashing women. We're not. There's great women here, but I'm not gonna sit here and try to find them all.
Yeah.
Like what? Like
I'm not
I don't
going
have
through
time
the
for that
haystack
shit.
to find the needle.
Yeah,
Fuck that
I'm
shit.
good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'd rather go where there's a larger pool of more chill, cool women than try to find the, like you said, the needle in the haystack of a woman who's cool, and then still hope that goes well. The last thing I'll say, guys, is that women don't know what they're going to do. They may start off nice, but as soon as shit goes south, they know they can get the government on their side and destroy you. We have to use the word like destroy, okay? All right, we got a soundbite for that, guys.
I'm sure everything started off very well with DDG and his girl.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. What the Halle Berry?
Yeah, Halle.
With the Halle Berry.
Like, I'm sure everything started off well with him. I'm sure Amber Heard and what's his name? It always starts off well.
Yep.
Right? Always starts off
What about
well.
when things go south, chat? How do the girls act? What about the arguments, right?
Restraining order.
Women are doing a good job of roping us in, but they are
essay
demons, man. They turn into just raging bitches, a lot of them. You know?
Essay, all that shit. It's not worth it. The juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Look at this chat.
And they're always going to take their side. Guilty till proven innocent.
Doesn't she look so sweet? Look at that. She's so sweet. Look at Halle Berry. Look at that. She played what? She played the Little Mermaid. Look at this. Look at this. She grew up in the Disney. She was a Disney actor, guys. She couldn't be an asshole. No way. Absolutely not, guys.
With the Halle Berry.
No way that the woman who played Ariel in The Little Mermaid, how could she turn into a raging bitch and try to make DDG look like a fool and take the kid and date Brit Fires and try to embarrass him publicly and say that he hit her and all this stuff? Why would Ariel, the Little Mermaid, do that? The black girl who got a chance to be the Little Mermaid, try to ruin another black man. They look so innocent, bro. They really do. Don't let this fool you. The minute they get pissed at you, the minute you do something that they don't like, they know, oh, government's on my side. I can say he hit me. I can say he raped me. I can say anything. And I can destroy this man. Ha, 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 ha. Right? They have that fucking evil laugh, right? That evil laugh that these women have when they got you by the balls. They're just laughing. Just laughing at it. Having a good old time. Right? They take all your shit.
That's a woman laugh?
Yeah. That's what they're doing, chat. So at the end of the day, you got to understand, women don't know what they're going to do once they get angry. And you need to be around a feminine woman because a feminine woman knows how to control her emotions. She'll go somewhere and cry. She's not going to go, oh, he cheated on me. Let me go fuck his best friend. We have women here that are, I'll fuck his best friend. I'll fuck the, oh, you cheat on me. I'm going to get my get backs. Women used to go in a corner and cry, right? We used to have songs, right? Back in the 80s and 90s, women would talk about how if you cheat on me, I'm gonna go cry, right? That's the right. Soon as I get home, I'll make it up to you, baby. I'll do what I gotta do. That was a song. Soon as I get home, that's a woman singing to a man, baby. I'm gonna make it up to you. I apologize to you. Turn on Sexy Red now. Turn on some motherfucking Ice Spice. You cheating, I'm cheating back. No, I'm getting them back. All that shit that they be saying, right? It's bullshit. Real women don't, they just go cry, or or maybe they'll break up with you, but they're not turning into raging bitches. And I'm gonna take the kids, and I'm gonna teach that guy a lesson. I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna make him look like a fool. I'm gonna make him look so dumb and so stupid. That's what they want to do. They want to embarrass men and get their get backs. I'm good on that, bro. I'd rather be with a feminine woman. That's why feminine women are important, chat. So poor women, okay, one more thing. Poor women tend to be more feminine. The more money they make, the more masculine they are and the less they care about men.
Would Shannon Sharp be going through what he's going through if he had gone overseas?
Hell no. Nope.
I've been saying it. I think I was the first in the space to say that celebrities need to go overseas, and they are going to start going overseas.
Yeah.
We just had somebody, Calais was telling us Kevin Gates. We should talk about that too after this. We'll play a little bit more of this clown.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. But shout out to Calais. He was like, Kevin Gates shot a music video in Medellin. Do you think it's getting too hot over there now? Too many celebrities going to Colombia.
Yeah.
Is it going to mess things up? So we'll talk about that afterwards.
Yeah. All right, let's play a little more of the clown chat, and then we'll show you that Kevin Gates video.
Keke Palmer incident. Yep.
Keke Palmer. What was the one shorty's name that was on Cousin Skeeter? Chat. Who's the baddie on Cousin Skeeter? She's still bad too.
Was that Kyla?
Not Kyla Pratt. Someone type in Cousin Skeeter girl. Bad bitch. So bad. Badder than Keke Palmer. Still look good. Still look good. Somebody gonna put it up there. Megan Good. Bad.
Yeah, Megan
she
Good,
turned into a slur and all this stuff. Then they go with the religion route. Then they go back to smashing different dudes. Bro, like, you can't find a respectable woman. And we can take the celebrities out of it, chat. But for every celebrity, because we're just using them because it's public,
there's
trust me, it's a million men that are dealing with the same shit, bro. Worse than these public relationships. You know what I'm saying? Worse. All right, let me bring up this dude. Here we go. All right, back to this guy. All right, yeah, shit.
Because that 32 tourists in 2023 turned to 39 tourists that died in 2024, and half of them were from the US. In 2024, a British news agency called Channel 4 interviewed a woman who wasn't named, but for all intents and purposes, we'll just call her Maria. Now, Maria says that she's been working with a local gang in Medellin since she was a kid, and that she's used a drug called scopolamine, also known as breath, to sedate and rob.
Stupid. You gotta say it right if you're gonna say it, brother. It's
Scopolamine,
aka what, chat?
the devil's breath.
Yeah, if you're gonna talk your shit and do your dirt on the passport, bros, at least get it correct, man.
Scopolamine. Salopoline. Whatever the fuck he said. Yeah, man. Do your research, man.
Book the consultation.
And what this powder does is knock someone out very quickly and is normally slipped into someone's drink, which is most likely what happened to those two streamers. Now, Maria seems to be kind of messed up in the head as she goes on to say that some of her victims may have even died after she put them to sleep. Like, she doesn't even know for sure. And it was reported that 80 tourists were killed in the past 3 years, but Maria claims the number is higher. But let's talk about Rui Garzón. Now, he was living as a comedian in Minnesota when he started making frequent trips to Colombia.
Like I said, if you're gonna talk the shit, you gotta get it right. Tours your jump.
Yeah, man.
And from these trips, he would post pictures of himself and a woman with red hair who he referred to as his girl, along with at least 2 other women. Now, the New York Post refers to all these women as his girlfriends, and he even picked up a bit of Spanish, according to his sister. And workers at the Korean restaurant this picture was taken from state that he and this woman had been there before. And this picture was taken about 2 months before his death. Now, in December 2023, he told his friends that he would be heading back to Medellin to meet with the woman he had been talking to online. And I assume either his friends didn't mention that this was a bad idea, or they did, but he was just too far gone to believe them. Now, on December 3rd, everything seemed to be going well as he filmed himself at a Karol G concert. His friends had lost contact with him until he called one of them and said that he had been kidnapped and his captors were asking for $2,000 as ransom. Now, for some reason in Colombia, it was initially reported that the money had not been paid. And after asking for the money, they apparently took him to his apartment in Robledo, a neighborhood in Medellin, where he was beaten and robbed before they took him to a secluded area and threw him off a cliff. Now, his family did, in fact, send the captors over $3,000. They apparently took him to his apartment in Robledo, a neighborhood in Medellin, where he was beaten and robbed before they took him to a secluded area and threw him off a cliff. Now, his family did, in fact, send the captors over $3,000, which was more than what they were asking for. And this is why you got to make sure you always check multiple sources. And this transaction is what helped lead authorities to the woman, Shari Gisela Meida, who I believe is the same woman from the pictures, although she lost the red hair, and she was arrested along with 2 men and 1 teenage boy, who were all arrested and charged. And the woman actually ended up confessing and giving authorities details on what happened.
And I don't know if y'all ever heard the story of Jay Rello, but he went a little viral around 2022.
Hold on, Jay Rello has made
breaking news.
Breaking news, guys. Jay Rello has made the haters video. Shout out to Jay Rello. Tell your bitch I said hello. I said Rillo, so I had to rhyme it correctly. But shout out to Rello. His pictures here, guys. He looks happy. Probably got a chica on the other side of that camera with a big booty. Man, who would have thought?
Let's hear from Jay Rello. What does he
Jay
think about
Rello
this?
would be here. I got one that he feels how he feels about this one. Shout out to Rello. Thank you so much, man. This one's for you, Rello. Shout out to you, buddy. Here we go.
I'll split people for less than that. You hear me? Less.
Shout out to our guy, Rello, man. Yes, sir.
Just said Rello here with the crash out now. Rello out here with the crash out now. Hey, oh, that's a woman. That's a woman.
Anybody touch me in this bitch's eye? Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Oh shit. That's never not funny.
Yeah. The bitch is just screaming. Chat, that's
funny. 100% of the time.
The Chica Network got heckin' Rello, man. It's crazy. All right.
On what happened. And I don't know if y'all ever heard the story of Jay Rello, but he went a little viral around 2022 because he flew from the US to the Dominican Republic on something like a $700 budget, I believe. And when his flight was rescheduled, he was required to pay a $100 rescheduling fee, which he didn't have, so he ended up asking for donations on his live stream.
It's a $100 reschedule fee. Basically, I need a cash app, guys.
My brother, first of all, you can't even travel to most cities in the US for a week-long trip on less than $700. And the currency exchange in another country means nothing if you spend all your money every day. The man said he paid $50 to get into a party. He was taking care of a girl out there he was staying with, and he was also going out to eat 3 times a day. And by the end of it, he didn't even have $100. And he's been back multiple times, I believe, since being stranded. Hey man, this might not be worth it. Now, he didn't necessarily get set up, but he did say on the last day of one of his trips, a girl he was taking care of asked him for 3,000 pesos, also known as $50 US, but he told her he didn't have any money left. So she called security on him. Hey, first off, shout out to my Discord. Go join that if you haven't already. But I'm gonna tell y'all, like I told them, you
don't join his Discord chat, okay?
Ours is
live
better.
much longer and happier with
join our Discord. Link in the description.
One woman. And I know some of y'all will say, no, bro, you tripping. I ain't letting no female tie me down. All right, bro. So just take half your check and set it aside every 2 weeks for some random females then. At least when I spend money on my wife, it's all going to the same place.
All right. So he said, take half of your check, set it aside, and every 2 weeks, and you could spend that instead. And then he says, at least when I spend it on my wife, actually, we can play it a little bit more. I want to
hit back.
Yeah.
Check and set it aside every 2 weeks for some random female.
Say 2 more.
I ain't letting no female tie me down. All right, bro. So just take half your check and set it aside every 2 weeks for some random females. At least when I spend money on my wife, it's all going to the same place. And I ain't got to wonder what she doing when I'm not around because we always together. Ain't no way I'm going to Colombia or anywhere else and sharing some female with the whole community. I just don't like that. How many miles be on these women that y'all flying out the country to hang with, bro? And then on top of that, you will still die, even if you pay them all your money. At least I know there's a good chance my wife won't kill me unless I keep forgetting to do stuff she asked me to do. She might actually kill me for that, but at least I'll see it coming, right? Everyone's not the same, but I guarantee there's a large portion of women in these foreign countries that prey on American men coming in without any intuition at all.
Without any intuition at all. They need to have their mentuition. That's why. All right. Okay. A lot to unpack. So, firstly, like I said, another person that's not in the game, he's married. I was watching the video. I was wondering why he's hating so hard. And oh, he's married. He can't do these things. So that's probably why he's hating so much. But what I'll say is this. There's a lot to unpack at the end. You're talking about people setting aside half of their paycheck every single week, and in case something goes bad, but you're setting aside half of everything for the rest of your life if something goes bad. And there's an 80% chance that something will go bad.
Stupid.
I'm not saying that marriage is useless, but what I'm saying is you're comparing being married to being, a passport bro and being able to do whatever you want to. 80% chance. Would you jump out of an airplane if there's an 80% chance that your parachute is not going to open? Are you going to take a trip on an airplane if there's an 80% chance you're going to crash?
I'm not.
Are you going to drive in the car? Are you going to go somewhere where there's an 80% chance where you won't make it back?
Nope. Not me.
Okay. Colombia is not that high. Let's look at the percentages of people going to Colombia living. You're saying everybody that goes over there, they have a bad situation.
Colombia.
They end up getting deleted. But let's look. You said 80 people over the last 3 years have been deleted. Right? So let's break down these numbers again. If 80 people over 3 years, that's a little over 25 a year. Less than 30.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How many millions of people go over there every single year?
I think at least 2 million.
2, 3.
1.5, 2.
Let's just go on the low end and let's say 500,000. Super low end. I think it's like 4 million or 3 million, but let's say super low end 500,000. What is 30 divided by 500,000? We'll give them the high end number. We'll say 30 people die a year, deleted a year.
Let me see. Calculator. 30 divided by 500,000, chat. What is that percentage?
I need to see how many zeros are before the number.
30 divided by 500,000. Damn. It's 0.00006%.
Okay.
Whatever
so you're advising people to be in a marriage where there's an 80% chance that it's going to fail. You're going to lose everything. 80%, right? And you're advising people not to go over to Colombia because there's a high chance you're gonna end up getting deleted, and the high chance is 0.00006 at like the worst case scenario. It's really a lot higher.
0.0000000.
There's probably like 4 or 5 million people that went last year successfully, and only 30 people got deleted. Yeah. So
quick maths, chat. Quick maths. That's right. So yeah, man, when you break down the numbers, you know, it just what these guys are saying it doesn't really make any sense. You know.
Yeah, what's the percentage of you getting struck by lightning? I'm sure it's higher than.
It's a good question.
That's a great question, Desmond. And shout out to Emil. He said this dude actually has some good videos on his channel about rap culture, but he really doesn't know what he's talking about in this video. Yeah. I can't even check out the other videos because it's just like your points are just, they make no sense. And we would love to have him on the channel and debate because he would get cooked.
The percentage of getting struck by lightning is 1 in 15,300.
Okay.
So that's more.
Yeah.
Of
that's
a chance. You have more of a chance of getting struck by lightning, chat, than getting killed. Deleted in Medellin. Yeah.
Shout out to Desmond.
So
I mean, that's the
there you have it, chat. Don't walk outside. Okay.
Yeah, don't do anything. Yeah, don't do anything
inside because you might get struck.
Now, if you book the consultation or you do the research, your chances go down a lot less, right? And as I said, and as I keep saying, we've sent hundreds of people over to Colombia. And a lot of people had the whole idea that you've sending these people over to die. Well, no, we sent them over equipped and we have 100% success rate. Not to say that anything can't happen when they're over there. We're just saying every single person that has booked the consultation, and it's been hundreds of people that have booked them, have had a successful trip. We haven't had any negative stories. They had a great time. So that's the thing. Like, you can't listen to these people that don't know what they're talking about, especially in a subject like this where we're experts. You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning. But the news and everybody that wants to paint passport bros as a negative picture, I mean, they're never going to say that. And Desmond said it earlier, like, they don't want people. They want men to be here in these shitty situations, or you trying to P for P here, you get arrested, you get a crime on your record, can't get a job, can't do anything. They want you over here.
Right.
They don't want you helping these other countries' economy. They want your money to stay in the US. So that's why they're going to go through every news outlet. They're going to do all these stories. People that don't know what they're talking about, they're going to post them online. He's doing it to pander to women, and, you know, women, possibly his wife. Why are these guys going over here? Oh, I'll do a video. You know, he's doing it to pander, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's just doesn't make sense.
Exactly. No, man. Great points. So we won't play the rest of it because I think there's only a minute left. I think we debate about passport bros, and we'll probably cook pretty much all of the space that is against passport bros. I don't really think there's too many other people out there that could actually make some valid points. What a lot of men will try to do is, oh well, have some game and get some girls here. Make it. That's their angle would be like, well, if you just build yourself up here, then you can just look, man. We got guys who are millionaires, chat, that are having issues. What do I got to do? I got to be He-Man, Thanos, Superman, fucking Ultra Instinct, Goku. I have to be everything in order to get some little inkling of respect from some of these women. It's just not worth it in most cases. Am I saying give up on women here in the United States? Absolutely not. We're about to go out after this. We're going to be around some beautiful chicks. If they bad, we hollering. But what I'm saying is don't waste your breath. Don't waste your time. Women know what they want. They know how to go into a guy's VIP and finesse him and get what he, right? They're having their fun. And I'm not saying treat life as a joke or have fun, but just take a lot of these women with a grain of salt. Take them light. They're taking you lightly. They're not serious anymore. Gone are the days where women are, I took a girl out on a date in Cartagena before we came back here. And she literally was looking at me, clicking her heels together and looking down all shy. I felt like I was in a movie. I never had a woman do that. She's like, I had such a good night with you, Steve. And she's like, and all in Spanish. And she's like, I hope I can see you again. And thank you so much. And I've never had a woman thank me after a date before. Bruh, so it's the femininity. It's those little things. That's the thing, chat. It's not big things. It's actually the little small things that make you go, ah, man, I'm so happy that I'm here in this country. It's not this big, ginormous chain. There are big chains. What I'm saying is that's not what me and Al talk about. We talk about the text messages we get and like, you're so cool. And I just like, it's just weird, chat. That's what I need you guys to understand. It's not you go over there and, oh yeah, the real hair. She didn't get the weave. Yeah, some of them still got weaves or whatever, right? It's the after the date, they're just being so soft and you know what I mean? I've heard Al even joke like, I'm gonna have 3 wives or something, and they don't get mad. They get a little mad, but it's like pouty. He's just playing with them, but he's just like, it's just a different. Even joking with them is different. I can't really explain it, chat, but it's just you got to go over there and really talk to the women there, and not pros, just pros. We're talking about regular chicks, and you'll understand what we're talking about.
Yeah,
you really will.
Me and Steve are mainly on regular chicks now. Sometimes, occasionally, pros and things like that. But when we go over to these places, and I think we're probably one of the few that have showed like the crazy receipts that we have with regular chicks that would destroy people that talk shit, say we don't get girls, all that stuff. It's crazy, and it's so much different, much different.
But it's the little things, chat. The little things that the women do over there that are better than the little things the women do here. If that makes sense.
This is wild. While you guys were talking about this subject on my YouTube feed, the title I see: 26-year-old Georgia woman jailed for robbing and drugging a man she met.
Yeah, here it is.
Gotta pull it up now.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, it happens here more than you think. Here in Miami, I can bring a girl on here, or maybe get her in on a Zoom, bring her on a StreamYard, and she'll tell me. I'll have her tell you guys stories of women here that are drugging guys, cash apping themselves money, Venmoing them, getting them to drink a bunch, putting some sleeping medicine, laughing at it's the same thing, man. These girls are broke. They weaponize their sexuality. They take advantage of men. And we need to be strong, guys. That's why they ban channels like ours, because they want the sexuality to take over. I would argue, even with our detractors, like our channel helps men. You're teaching them how to deal with hoes. Yes. Yeah. You got to know how to deal with hoes. That's important. A lot of these chicks they're either acting like hoes or they are hoes, and you guys are getting finessed. There needs to be classes or at least information out there of how to spot a chick who might be a prostitute so that you can get away from her, or if you're trying to deal with her so that you don't get finessed or you don't get robbed. This is real stuff, chat. You go on Instagram. Instagram is literally just a bunch of chicks just acting like or actually being prostitutes. We're at that point. They're making AI thotties, AI women, AI OnlyFans pages, guys. This is gonna happen. This is the truth. So
I can't find it, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Tim M, the GOAT, he says, "My bad, I'm late on my
What up,
summer
Tim?
leave and been with my kids all day." That's what's up, man. Spend that time with the fam. Appreciate you pulling up, though.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. So we should probably wind down.
Yeah.
Real quick, guys.
We should talk real quick about Calais thing. What he was talking about.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's bring up Calais.
So he was saying Kevin Gates
in Comuna 13. Kevin Gates. Comuna 13, for those of you who don't know, most of you do, is just a neighborhood community in Medellin. Kevin Gates, where is it at? I should just be able to put Kevin Gates, Colombia, and it come up. Hold on, chat. Here it is. I can't really play this.
Yeah, just mute it.
I'll mute it. We'll show the visual though. All right, can y'all see it? Yeah.
And then we could pause it every couple seconds.
So, got a lot of baddies in there. Shout out to Kevin Gates, man.
We could pause it. I don't want to
pause it because of the women.
The women and the YouTube's AI putting together that we're playing a music video. They're super weird about, even if it's on muted, all that stuff. They're super weird about that stuff.
So yeah, Kevin Gates is here overlooking Comuna 13. He obviously had some pros in the video, as you guys just saw, smacking some booty. Sexy Latinas, paisas, cooking for him. We'll do just a thumb through it a little bit, but yeah, man, he's there enjoying himself, and yeah, you're gonna see more. There it is, Comuna 13.
Yeah.
You're gonna see more of this. You're gonna see more music videos there. Cameron was there. Cameron talked about going there a lot. I had a artist here last Sunday, a big artist here in South Florida, who said he used to go to Colombia with Flow Rida all the time. You guys know Flow Rida, big, huge artist, was tearing up the charts in the 2000s and mid 2000s, 2010, 11, 12. Flow Rida actually may come to the studio. I didn't even tell Al that. Maybe having Flow Rida come tomorrow.
Damn.
Yeah,
you just be breaking news and I don't even know about stuff, man.
I know.
Dang.
I know, my bad.
Dang.
Yeah, chat. Flow Rida might be in the studio, so maybe we'll get him to do something. He'll be coming. If he doesn't come tomorrow, he'll be coming soon. Pause. So yeah, so that'd be cool to meet him.
Yeah,
Legend definitely in this
interview.
In the music space. So we'll definitely be trying to do some stuff with him. I know his DJ
just did King 8's or King 6
King 6'8".
Shout out to him. AMS. I was watching a video today. He actually shouted him out.
AMS shouted King 6'8" out. Okay.
Yeah, on his video.
Yeah, King 6'8", guys. He was in the studio. We'll get him to do some stuff. Believe it or not, that dude's blowing up, man. He everybody pretty much knows who he is. He's a recognizable, at first I'm like, he ain't that famous. Like, nobody know who you are, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He coming in here in my studio, like, yeah, my content. He's like, I get like 200,000 views per video. I'm like, no, you don't, nigga.
I just saw his video earlier.
I'm laughing at this nigga like,
it's already high.
Nigga, you ain't getting no 200,000. This nigga do be get 200,000. And I did some videography work for him. Actually, let me pull it up real quick. But actually, let's talk about this first. So, what do you think about the Kevin Gates thing before we?
I said I wanted to reserve my opinion till now.
Yeah, we got it up.
Wanted to talk about this definitely. So Calais, shout out to him, big supporter of the channel. He sent us this today, and he was like, all these rappers are coming to Medellin. They're making it hot. They're blowing up the spot. I understand why Al was saying, we were talking a couple weeks ago about that VAT tax for Brazil. So basically in 2026, the flights are going to go up. The prices are going to go up to go there. There's going to be extra taxes. And I said, good. I hope there are. I hope it's more expensive. I hope there's less flights. I hope all that shit, because I want to keep that country as best as it is. And I don't want a bunch of people going there ruining it. He's like, I understand what Al was saying now. And yeah, no, I firstly, I'm happy that they got to go somewhere, right? I want men to get out of the United States. I want them to go somewhere, and I want them to be able to go enjoy themselves, not have to deal with the fuckery and the bullshit in the United States. So I agree with that. However, as we saw last week, you got some pookies. Sometimes that comes with some pookies going over there. They're fighting in the park. They're messing things up. You got people throwing money. I don't really want that, but I'd rather Kevin Gates shedding a spotlight on a place like Colombia to have more men going over there to travel. One, it helps Colombia as a country. It helps their tourism. I'm cool with a lot of people that live there, a lot of Colombians, so it helps them. And I think that it's good. It helps us to go over there and have some place. I just don't want them messing up my home country. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And I think, you know, in the next 5 years, things will be a lot different over there. They're gonna have to make, you know, laws. I think, you know, some of this, the streaming, the live streams and the content there, and things are gonna change. But I would rather have people go over there than to be stuck with the options that we spoke about here. You know, that people are shaming men for going over and exercising their options. When it's a woman, no, you know, make the most, get your best options, do whatever's best for you. But then when it's a man, it's never what's best for you. It's just suffer, suffer.
Yeah, man. So, shout out to Johnny, said Cuba is a new move for sure. Remember, guys, Medellin, Cuba, DR, all these places are very close to the United States. It's not a far plane ride. Like from New York City to DR, it's probably what, 3.5, 4 hours. It's not that long of a flight from New York City to Cartagena. Not that long of a flight, right? From Miami to Cartagena, it's an hour and a half, right? It's an easy flight, hour and 45 minutes up and down. By the time by the time you sit back in your seat and try to close your eyes, you're in Cartagena. So, you know, it's easy access. You can get in, you can get out. I'm not mad that Kevin Gates is there. I don't give a shit. I'm happy that more people are traveling down there. Someone said Keith Sweat goes there. Yeah. We saw what's his name in Brazil. We're seeing all these different people.
Michael Irving.
Yeah, Michael Irving was in Brazil. Yeah. At the strip club.
Chilling with it.
Yeah. So like it's like we're seeing more men just want to go out of the fucking country and have a good time and not be bothered. Yeah. Just like fucking just be around bad chicks, bro, and not like be spending 10 bands and 5 bands and all this stupid shit that even the rich guys have to pay. It's just dumb. Like it's like, yo, I shouldn't have to pay this much money to hang around hot chicks. These chicks in Brazil are bad. These chicks in Colombia are bad, and I'm paying literally a fifth of the price. It just doesn't make any sense to spend a bunch of money when the chicks there are more chill. And as long as, again, you know how to move properly, you're not getting scoped, you're not getting extorted, you can go and have a good time and come back to the country, you know? So I'm not mad at Kevin Gates being there. It doesn't bother me. And I don't think that Colombia is being ruined. I think you guys just need to find more spots to go down there and talk to regular chicks. Stop trying to talk to just pros. You know, hey, here's a way that you can avoid paying the high chica price. Stop talking to chicas only. Right? How about that? How about you? There's a chick with a fat ass that's just as bad as the Venezuelan pro walking on the street, or the Colombian peso walking in Sky Park, right? There's literally, you can draw a line. Like there's a chick right down the street at the drugstore, at the fucking Éxito grocery store. Yo, we went to Éxito. We were doing our yacht party in Cartagena, and I was buying the alcohol from their grocery store. It's called Éxito down there. Yo, bad bitches I was shooting my shot at like big booty chicks, bro. Yeah. Bad. So you guys got to stop thinking, bro, any of them dress in those same dresses these sluts are walking around in, right? They could literally wear the same dress and you have a bad chick that literally looks like the pro you're trying to talk to. Yeah. So you guys got to understand, Latinas, Afro-Latinas, the Caribbean girls that you're going to meet in some of these places on the coast, Haitian, whatever. you can get a bad one, it's just regular. Like
regular schmegular.
It's easy to deal with pros. I get it, guys. And maybe you start with that. But like I said, me and Al have graduated from that, bro. We're really just trying to find
Really
like
off that.
Yeah, like not saying we don't dabble, but it's not like it was, bro.
It's
you just
not
can't. You can't do it forever.
And we may bring, you know, some on stream for content, you know, in the future.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they're not pros.
And
like
there's
our
nothing wrong with
Brazil yacht parties that we did in Brazil, the one in Cartagena has some pros, but the ones in Brazil that we did,
regular chicks,
right? Nobody else in the space is doing it. They're all bringing pros. That's all they can get. They're just throwing them money to be on. But we don't have to do that. We're plugged in Brazil. No Diddy.
Facts, man. Facts. All right, guys. We're gonna wind down. Let me bring up a couple quick things, and then we will.
And the thing is, if we do pay for it, like we're not really worried because we're not gonna pay the price that everybody else pays because we know too much. We know how to navigate around all that stuff. And even if the prices go up, Desmond made a good point. He said, guys, overseas is slowly increasing from a trickle to an avalanche. Yeah, there's a lot more people, and it's gonna raise the prices for a lot of people. But me and Steve know too much. Like we're not gonna, even if we do go and we decide to pay, like we're still not gonna pay what.
Lagging. Hold on. Let's see. All right. Sorry, guys. We're lagging a little bit. But yeah, I was right, man. We're not gonna do it. We're just the way we move. Me and Al is just different from the next person.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, we'll be back momentarily. While we are waiting, make sure you like that video. Like the video, please. Help push us through the algorithm. Please.
Where are we at on the likes, chat? Because y'all been tripping with these likes lately, man. We've been getting barely.
If we don't get the likes up, we're not gonna do the live stream. We gotta get these likes up.
Yeah, we're supposed to do an IRL, guys. So we're gonna try to cut out of here in a little bit. It's 12:30, so that's not terrible. But yeah, we gotta see that y'all are supporting. Al's checking the likes right now.
If we don't have a good ratio, we ain't fucking going live. We got 29 likes and 200 views.
That's terrible.
200 views and 29 likes. Nah.
That's terrible.
Nah, we gotta get these likes up. We need like
before we
60,
end the show, chat.
50 at least.
Yeah, get us to 50 likes. Those of you who are here, just hit the like button. I know everybody hasn't liked it. Child said still lagging. I don't think we're lagging now. Let us know. Should be good. All right, I'm about to come back in chat. Get this. Thank you, Show Enough. Yeah, man. What the hell? What the helly? All right, let's pop back in here. So I don't know where we're gonna go, chat. We'll probably end up at a strip club. We'll see.
Big announcements next week. major channel updates.
Yep.
Major moves that we're making. We've announced some of them already in the Discord.
I got you.
All right, we've announced some of the moves already in the Discord and to some of the people in the mafia, but we have some major channel announcements and things like that coming up, and some major trip announcements.
Yes, sir. All right, let's try this one more again. Niggas don't like me coming in on the same OG. All right, here we go. Let's see if it works now, chat. Hopefully it's not laggy this time. All right, chat. Let me know if y'all can see this. Let me know if y'all can see this. So what happened was I was out with Wo Vicky. I went to this gym. I saw him and another guy who be on Fresh and Fit. What's his name? Mr. Organic. This dude named Mr. Organic. And he sees my IRL setup. He's like, yo, how are you streaming like that? Like, how are you streaming from that device that you're streaming from? I'm like, I mean, book a consultation. And I got you, dog.
You should have booked a consultation. You ain't had a game.
And so he invited, I said, look, I'll do a live stream for you. Let's just do like an hour or two. He said, yeah, word. Come, I got on Thursdays, I do this kind of CrossFit type of workout thing. And, just come through. So I came through. A lot of there's Ellis Terrell. Y'all see the chat on the screen, but a lot of people are like, Steve, what is this? This is dumb. But then other people are like, oh, I see what he's doing. So guys, Miami's is a lot of opportunity. It's a lot of celebrities. It's a lot of influencers. We would be dumb, to not take advantage of that. We met Q Banks. Q Banks is literally a multi-millionaire. He drives like the most expensive Lamborghinis and Ferraris, and he's trying to get like a fucking Bugatti and shit, right? He makes that kind of money. He's not a scammer. He actually really makes the money. There's a lot of scammers here, but so we're meeting guys who we know are legit, or we know kind of have some influence. And King, he's a cool dude. And I just figured, what, let me help him out. Get him set up on this live stream shit. I think people would be interested in it. And there's gonna be a lot of women, around him. So,
and not only that, what did it lead to? Led to you doing his IRL.
Exactly.
So
this shorty had a fat butt.
He's going to be doing IRLs very soon. And Steve, another, huge YouTuber. We like I said, we got like 10 celebrities total under our belt that we are now doing. We set up their live stream for, made money from it. It's that's what it leads to. So y'all can look at these live streams as boring or whatever, but we're pushing the space farther.
Yeah. So just again, guys, maybe you don't see the vision, maybe you don't care about the vision, but there's always a vision. There's always, something that we're gonna. This shorty was. I was making sure I zoomed in on the baddies chat. If I saw some that were fucking gorgeous, I'd be like, hold on, let me. This one in the black was twerking. She was shaking ass. It was just good content. Y'all get to see girls in leggings, and
you get that over in Colombia for the Loshki.
Go to a Smart Fit in Colombia, and this is literally, there's hundreds of them. The last thing I'll show is this is live, and he does the stand around thing at the end, and you'll see girls start coming up to him. There we go. This is just, we finished doing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just what they call it, aura farming. That's what they say. DDG be saying, you just aura farming, just sitting there, just fucking, you know what I'm saying? And then bitches just be like, hey, how are you? I wanna, and then he just gets their number. And she's cute. She cute, chat. Nice ass, pretty face, pretty teeth. You know what I'm saying? They ain't all bad, but shit, she cute. So this is King in his element. Doing what he does. But yeah, man. So it was dope to get the content. This is in our members only. Some of it will be random, like Al said. Just trust that we're trying to do something and go somewhere, chat. All right. These other YouTubers, they make fun and you're dick riding. You followed a man around with a camera, Steve. You're a camera crew. Everything's a joke. Everything's a he ha ha. But you never see them with any celebrities. You never see them around bad bitches. You don't see, like, I don't even care that I'm not hollering every girl. I'm around it. I'm around money. I'm around influence. I'm around famous people. I met this person. I met that person. If you want to call it deriding or glazing or whatever word they use now, these young kids use, hey man, that's cool. But we're working. This guy,
we're making money. That's the thing. We're getting paid.
Yeah. This guy is famous. He's very famous. People know who he is. So, and again, there's some of you goofies. Look at Steve said he's famous. Oh, he's no, I'm saying I'm around this person by default. I'm getting opportunities being around these people, and we're making money off of being around these people. And you guys could learn a thing or two by networking and watching Mentuition and understanding how to move properly, and really, you know, set yourself up for success.
Gotta know how to move.
So when you guys see us on the big screen one of these days, or damn, I remember when they was on, it's because of y'all are watching it in real time. You know what I'm saying? You're watching it in real time.
Show Enough said, bro, this is y'all filming this guy? Yeah. This is us. Yeah.
It's me.
We got, you see Calais on the screen, Ozzy, everybody.
Yeah, this is the chat.
This is live on our channel.
From the channel.
If you're a member of the channel, or if you're on the Patreon, you'll be able to see all our IRLs.
Yeah.
But we put all the IRLs behind the membership after they're finished.
Yeah. So anyway, you know, just stay tuned, guys. We got a lot of work we putting in, and I reached out to this guy like, hey man, I can live stream your events. He's the one who runs it. He ignored me, left me on scene. Cool. Hey man, look, I don't mind getting shot down, you know, to try to put an opportunity out there, you know, for myself and for other people. The baby is performing live tonight. I just send him a DM. You guys wouldn't believe, like, I send artists DMs and some of them respond back. The baby didn't respond back. What I'm saying is, I always throw it out there. Hey man, we can do a live stream. Yo, you live streaming your performance tonight, the baby, right? Hey, if I meet him and I see them out at Booby Trap or wherever me and Al is, hey man, we start throwing out what we do and who we are, and try to
networking.
Yeah, this dude's famous. I forget his name. He's a TB chat. Y'all remember who this dude is? He has this weird voice. He like sounds like he's like a white dude. He's I forget his name. He's famous though. But yeah, man. As a matter of fact, that was a mistake. I should have got his information with the white tank top, because he's got a lot of followers. But anyway, chat. All right. I think we're good. We will go ahead and wind down. It'll all make sense later for some of y'all, man. Some of y'all that don't get it, it'll all make sense later. Trust me. Let's go over our housekeeping, guys. Where we at with the likes, guys? We gotta get the likes up if y'all want us to do an IRL. Okay, get the likes up before we end the show.
Or hit us with the Cash App. You drop a 50 in the Cash App, we'll go live. Right?
Yeah,
we ain't gonna just keep doing this
just to do it.
Just to do it. Yeah, we gotta. Likes are free.
Yeah, man. All right, guys, real quick, let's go over our locals. Shout out to everybody that has been signing up for the locals. Mentuition.locals.com, guys. This is where you guys are going to see all the behind the scenes footage, all the fun that me and Al like to have out when we're out with the baddies on the boats with the booties. It is mentuition.locals.com, and it is free to join. However, if you guys want to see the behind the scenes stuff that's not safe for YouTube or for work, you can sign up for $9.99. Next up, guys, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/mentuition. Make sure you guys sign up. This is where you guys are going to get all the sauce, all the breakdowns that we put out, and all the extra not safe for work stuff that we don't put on the locals. You can come down here and click become a member. We have 3 tiers. Our general admission tier, you get access to some of our not safe for YouTube content, access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive behind the scenes footage, exclusive access to our private community, Patreon exclusive content, and special Discord access. Next up, guys, we have our VIP tier. You get access to all of our not safe for YouTube content, priority chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, 1 free consultation per month. 1 free consultation question answered per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off of our consultations, 10% off of our merch, and even more special Discord access. And last but not least, guys, shout out to the All Access Pass members.
Spin the check and get it right back.
This is how you guys can support us at a highest level. You get 1 free consultation per month up to 1 hour, 25% off of additional consultations throughout the month, access to a list of over 11,000 remote jobs, access to our personal cell phone numbers, free exclusive member-only meetups, VIP access and discounts on our merch, yacht parties, and other events, and you get even more special Discord access at this tier. Guys, don't forget to join our Discord. We updated the link in the description, so it should work now. For those of you who want to join our Discord, it is a free online community where you can chat about your upcoming travel plans. You can post baddies that you've been with in these other places. You can just post whatever you want, man. Just keep it, clean, keep it cool. We do in the baddie section get a little spicy, but just try to keep it as classy as you can, guys. If you have any questions for me or Al, we're always in the Discord. All right.
We were gonna do a baddie rating. We have some prepared.
I did. We do,
but we got to get out. We got to go outside.
We do have baddies prepared. We kind of want to get out, guys. So we'll do it on.
We'll do it on Monday.
100%. They're in there. Also, guys, don't forget to join the Facebook. The Facebook group is in the link in the description below. And don't forget to join the Mentuition Mafia. That is our YouTube membership. Okay, guys, it's only $3.99 to join our membership. And we really appreciate it if you guys joined up. Okay.
And I made a special IG baddies IG rating section on here. It's right under the group reactions.
Okay.
So if you guys have any baddies that you want us to rate or whatever, put them in there.
Yeah,
and we'll do that.
Yes, sir.
But yes, yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna get ready to go. It's 12:40 here, so we're gonna try to hit the streets, see if we can maybe bag some baddies and get them back here to the studio. We'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, until next time, adios.